Okay, so welcome to a edition of Shadowrun, where we're going to introduce some new players to the rules and throw them in the deep end as they go. We are 57 sessions into the ad hoc storyline, where people can come and go without really messing the story up. Whether they survive the stepping out or not will remain to be seen. So we are into Season 2 of the story, Episode 19. At the table today we have Ross.
Yes, I play the twice cursed Womp. Cursed family and cursed with this bloody blood curse. Yes, after a successful raid and being shot at by bloody drones, he's decided to have a break.
It's always good to get in a little bit of a break there. Also at the table we have Gary, though I was typing in his character from the alternate frame. But
hi, I'm playing Raven, a kid off the street who helps move goods around.
Online today we have Jeremy.
Good evening all. Yes, I'm playing Desmond Deadshot, the young urban elf, grew up on the streets of Seattle, in the slums of Seattle, dreaming of being ancient, from the Elven Go-Ganger, but at 67 they might be born alive, especially now the kind of some money.
Yes, it's been a while since
he's currently having reappeared but dying at the same time.
Yeah, it has been rather hard on them not having the money all the time to spend it when they have had the money. Also online today we have Izzy, who may or may not jump in. Will be potentially adding bits at points when available. And we have M as well.
Hello, I am playing Hollow, the very elusive,
Hello, Hollow.
very, very cool hacker who is slowly making a name for themselves.
Okay.
And I use themselves as a pronoun because no one knows if they're male or female, and I don't wish to disclose that right now.
Hey, sometimes it's not important. So, yeah.
Was I supposed to be not playing tonight?
Would you like to play?
As far as I knew, you
Okay.
wanted me to play.
Then I'm adding you into the roster as well. And also at the table we have is Ariadna.
I play Shadow. I'm an elf who used to work in the corporate world of slavery for a wage. Decided that perhaps maybe the world would be better off spread out a little bit more judiciously. Did so non-judiciously, got caught, got fired, barely escaped with my life thanks to a friend, and now spend the rest of my time shadow running, making money which I then try to distribute to various sanctuaries and refuges that I either support or own.
Okay. So, it has been 8 days since a group known as the APN got publicly attacked with part of the building blown up to the point where the building got condemned, and many members of the organization were massacred on that night. And so there's a cry out there for getting whoever done this, because they also openly attacked one of the major corporations in doing so, which is considered quite inadvisable in Shadowrun to gun down the one of the 10 AAA companies they have.
They had the option of leaving. They decided not to take it.
They had the option of not being dicks, but you know what I want.
Unfortunately, that company actually is really weird, since they're xenophobic as such.
They are.
Supporting humans wanting to be elves. That's a...
Well, they were being paid to do so, and their best and brightest weren't there.
I mean, as I said, they could have chosen not to be homophobic, xenophobic.
Oh no, that company, it's a Japanese
Renraku.
Renraku, yeah.
They are known for their harshness. So, since you got paid and you wanted to lay low for a little while, you were given some rooms at a place called the Mayflower Park Hotel in downtown Seattle, where you come across two other guests there who are also laying low, being Raven and Hollow.
Are you two there as a pair?
Probably never met Hollow in my life.
Well, technically, you're very similar characters. You still physical objects, she steals data objects.
Okay, alright, so we're in parallel lives.
We're probably like in coffee tables adjacent to each other. Like, I'm probably on a laptop looking really inconspicuous with like a hoodie over my face.
Absolutely.
Probably don't even know that you're there. Also hiding from whatever you've just done.
As the others would rock up into the room. So, Ross, do you want to describe your character?
Yes. Imagine a 2.5 metre tall someone dressed in Victorian era gala with a face that looks like being pummeled to death by lots of bricks and that. I look like a really ugly troll, but I'm actually attractive for a troll. I actually have presence, and I actually have charm, and I actually speak without a slur or anything. But true, it has it's like an English background. So
You also have a hot boy account that is very well patronised.
we don't talk about that. Plus that's on Floggers.
He basically created a dating account to catch a serial killer.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a hot boy in the name of good, but he was a damn good-looking hot boy.
And has since still had many people trying to hit him up because they recognise him from his profile.
Yeah, I don't have the talents that bloody Flogger does, because I stand out like a sore thumb when I'm next to him, because he got the indistinguishable.
So, next one who comes in is Shadow.
So, are we like in a foyer or a cafe?
You're coming down into the dining room after being there for about a week of just laying low.
So you'll notice in comparison to the troll that the elf looks very elegant and well coordinated.
Well, we both look elegant. It's just
and ankle length, suede-like looking dark jacket with a hood, which is up right now. So all you can see from the depths of the woods is her purple eyes, with flashes of blue, which will be the teal irises lining the purple eyes. And maybe probably the tip of her nose, because she's got a pretty sharp-edged nose, because she's all sharp ears and pointy ears and long thin fingers and things like that. So she probably looks a little bit underweight and a little bit androgynous.
Okay. Also wandering in will be Jeremy with Desrin.
Yes, good evening. So
Sounds like a start
down.
joke. Troll and two elves walking.
yeah, a fairly could potentially call him scrawny, but confident looking. But obviously not very refined per se. Wearing biker leathers in a dark green colour, and it's certainly nothing particularly obvious about it, except obvious for those that understand and recognise. The colours are definitely the ancient go-down.
Yes, I think isn't it green with blue trim?
I just remember it must be agreed, but I've never. Obviously, I'll have to go blue trim if that's what it is.
I was going to say, I think it is, but I only really remember it from when Freya was described.
Yep. Okay, so
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think initially you might have had a mohawk even in the first description of him. But
he did start off with a mohawk. Has he gotten rid of his mohawk?
yeah.
Well, yeah, he would have because he keeps on putting a helmet on.
He doesn't necessarily put much effort and time into spiking it up and waxing it carefully anymore.
You mean he hasn't gone out and bought himself a cybernetic mohawk that collapses down into a helmet when he wants to wear a helmet?
Good.
That would be
Well,
cool.
looks like it.
I'm sure he'll splurge his money on many such gadgets that give you no real mechanical benefits.
Yeah.
Okay, so as
That's a much forward.
as Ems played before, we'll get her to give a description of her character for everyone as they see two humans sitting as far from each other as possible in the dining room. Not sure who's chosen which seat first, but hey, they might not even have noticed someone else was there.
So they're the only guests?
They're the only other guests in the dining room of this day, but you guys have spent a week in solitude, basically, so no one would get wind of a group of people staying here.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to wander over and get some coffee.
But I was asking for M's
Em's
description.
doing her description first.
Well, seeing as I get to do the description first, I am the person who's like against a wall. And I've got like a laptop and I'm kind of like hunched over a laptop with this big hoodie over my face, so you can't really see my face. And just like typing away, kind of like small looking person, but you can't really tell anything under the sort of massive hoodie that this person has on. They're just
You
kind of
sound
like
like
typing
my kind of
away.
people.
Yeah. I'm thinking for everyone else that this person probably looks pretty like androgynous, like doesn't really have
No bulked out muscles, no curvy form.
yeah, just like kind of like really like skinny-ish human, like short-haired. You're not sure, like, why, like, short, is it girl short or is it boy short, who knows. And yeah, but like the hood, like, there's like really oversized, like large hoods on the hoodies. That's kind of what I got on. It's not sort of got anything flashy on it. It's just like pretty plain. Like baggy pants, like sort of like fleecy slack kind of things. Sort of like house pant kind of things. It looks like a little bit sloppy, but the person doesn't get out much, so like why do I need to dress up?
I was going to say, there's a little bit of me that wants to kind of visualise you a bit skater-like. You know how the skateboarders used to hang around the skating balls and have like the big hoodie and
Yeah, you know,
Yours is the non-flash
that's
version.
kind of it, like Converse shoes, like Connie shoes or
Yeah.
Doc Martens or something like that.
I had visions of Assassin's Creed like hood.
Oh, what, sorry?
Assassin's Creed style hood.
Yeah, but that's
No,
this is more
yeah.
tracksuit hoodie rather than
Okay.
jacket hoodie.
So, we also have Gary's character Raven sitting at one of the tables. How does he appear compared to the others?
Well, she is not immediately obvious to be female, but looks like just many other kids you would see on the street. Why, how she can afford to even be staying here tonight is an interesting question. And she doesn't appear to be taking any notice of you, but she's pacing them out of the corner of her eye, looking for an easy mark. Three together is not a good group.
Well, they don't come in together; they come in separately.
They come in separately. So how do they behave together? They interact together, or they just all scatter?
Well, this is just a description of everyone in there. So now we have, I believe, the troll goes over to the coffee machine,
Okay.
Followed by the elf.
and
But you would get the idea that the elf is there for the coffee, not for the troll.
you do see this place has about a 1990s decor. It
So ancient.
it looks like an antique hotel.
Okay. Is it falling apart?
Nope, in very good condition.
Okay.
It's not well patronaged,
Okay.
but it's also one of the cheaper hotels in Seattle, in the city centre, mind you.
What's the security like in the doors?
Security is okay-ish, but there are rumours that it's actually run by a cable of Shadowrunners.
Okay.
So the idea of violence or thievery here is fairly low in that community of people, because if you've got enough money to buy a hotel, you can definitely retaliate against someone who ticks you off.
Okay.
Oh, you can rob its clients, just not them.
Yeah, I was getting that.
Yeah, unfortunately, the clients can't respond back in.
And that the rumours going around that they also bought the hotel off a single score.
Okay.
Wow. I'd like to know.
Not
who these guys are.
given to them by a corporation.
Not given to them by a corporation, no.
Yeah.
It's a smaller building than the Deadshot building.
Don't give Desrin too much flack for accepting that building.
Well, he has a 28-storey building, whereas this is a 14-storey
and he
building.
saves
Oh, wow.
rent.
14 stories.
Yeah. 14
There's only
stories
5 of us here.
in the centre of Seattle.
Okay.
So the main dining area, not well discussed amongst the general public, has some of the nicest food for the price.
Okay.
Well, I'll make Shadow her coffee, and I'll see if they've got finally any tea.
They do have tea here.
Cool.
And they do have coffee, except the problem is it's not designed for troll hands.
Actually, can I actually use utility? Actually, I'll do
Are there
that.
any vases around?
There are a few, yes.
I will go to a nearby vase,
Mm-hmm.
gently take out the flowers. Is there somewhere I can tip the water where the coffee's being made?
Sure, I'm sure you can figure out
Can-
somewhere to tip the
Oh.
water.
Yep.
I'll
Can
tip the
I-
water out and then pass it to
Can I use utility
Wob.
to do all that stuff?
Possibly. But you want to use activate magic here?
I am handing
I
you
would
a
have.
vase.
I would have asked the when coming in if there was any.
Mainly
problems with
because
magic.
your characters have been laying low since,
Yeah, fair enough.
and your use of magic may be searched for at this time.
Yeah.
What's up,
Okay.
I did just empty a vase for you that you can use as a teacup.
I don't have any problem with that part. It's the other part.
It's the controlling the mechanisms.
Oh, well,
Basically, his
oh.
finger is almost as big as the machine.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
What happens? I'll grab a pencil.
was going to say, do you have a wand? But you probably wouldn't pull that out. But
No, I'll just get a pencil and
ordinary pen
put
and
it in.
pencil. Do they have pencils here?
I prefer a pencil.
Considering that there's no actual paper?
Well, our troll spends on luxuries such as paper and pencils.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
the other thing is I also do go to the university, and the area that I am in is it's all paper-based. It's not computer-based.
Oh no, the university's magical department is all electronic.
Oh, great. Now I have to start learning computers.
Because the magician can use electronic sources
Yes,
for
but
everything.
didn't they learn from, what was it, 2020? Was it 2040? Actually, I think it was wasn't there there's been a data crash and electronic devices get wiped?
Yes, but a lot of the devices now don't use the same magnetic storage.
History is going to repeat. You see.
But the thing is, this is what they do. They can't afford to create a paper library anymore. It's a single book is almost getting to the price of a small car.
Yeah.
And then you've got to pay for the environmental requirements to keep that rare material from deteriorating.
True.
Whereas if it's digital, it can easily be stored, sourced, and reused by multiple people at the same time.
Ooh. I would really hate to see a dark tome being electronically fired, and that just brings up nasty nightmares.
No, just imagine Buffy.
Okay,
I didn't think
so
it was well copy either.
what was it Wolfenheart Corporation? Yeah, we just have to avoid those
Wolf
lawyers.
Ravenheart.
Yeah, Wolfram and Hardy's right.
Wolfram.
Okay, so while you're relaxing and having some quiet time, there is an alert over the speakers saying currently there is danger in the building. Everyone go to an evacuation point and wait for staff to arrive.
That's a first. Okay.
Unfortunately, none of you remember the evacuations details they told you over checking in because nothing's ever going to happen here.
Okay. Is there instructions on the back of the doors? They normally have some type of evacuation points on those.
So is that the sort of thing Desrin would have paid attention to over a week ago and remembered?
Not specifically. Yeah, just yeah, okay. Not the company you would have. You might have picked it up. It might have been something you looked at occasionally when you were bored or something. But that's necessarily specifically memorised it.
I believe we have Shadow saying that she would have definitely memorised it.
That's because she's paranoid about. She's
Yeah.
got a.
It's done.
Certainly, what Declan would have taken note of is what the exits available from the building at any time.
Yeah, we've got the exits for that.
Okay, so even though it is a 14-story building, they do have an external fire escape.
Can I look up whether this is a legitimate emergency before I move?
Okay, so you jump onto the network, and as you're looking in the network, you basically see nodes all across the building start shutting down.
So, yep, it's a legitimate issue.
It looks like a cyber hack is in progress.
Oh, okay. Am I skilled enough to see what they're trying to get into?
It appears they're shutting the system down.
Okay.
if they didn't shut it down, then automated systems would be currently operational.
Can I try and like stop them from shutting it down? Because like I really don't want to go outside. Outside is bad. Bad sun. And like a melting kind of sun.
Okay, so that would be a sysops roll for you.
This ops. That would
What
be
floor are we on?
1 yellow, 3 green.
You'll be on floor number 2.
Number 2, okay. That's not so much a problem at all, really. Only on level 2. Not on level 14.
Do we still have upgrades?
You should have upgrades. I just put them all in the bag a while ago, so...
I'm wondering whether it's used to upgrade already, but may as well.
So story points for this one is once they're used, they flip over to become negative points for me to use.
But if we don't use them, then it's kind of pointless, right?
Yeah. Well, if I switch it all the way over to black, I can take a dice out of the dice pool.
So okay. So
this represents nothing happened on that one. Now, this symbol and this symbol cancel each other out. And this symbol and that one of those symbols cancel each other out, but as there's 2 of them and one of these ones, all the dice cancel out. So as there's not a success on the tray, that means that it was a failure to do so, as suddenly Hollow is forcibly booted from the network.
okay.
Well, that sucks. I thought of another thing my character is wearing. You know those it's like a mask, but it's one of those like techie kind of masks.
Mm-hmm.
But it will also mod my voice if that's possible.
That is possible.
So you can't really see like half of her face. It's like over her nose and over her face. So you just really see like you just see like a mask and then like a hood.
You can even just simply have it's a smiley face when they look inside.
I was thinking more like wolf fangs or something like that, like some cool kind of motif on it, and that's like the only kind of thing that looks like it's got like sort of any livery on it.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see, hear, or smell anything that indicate what the problem really is, apart from, because we're not sure really aware of the cyber hacking going on?
You're hearing the
Passing along.
clicking sound of systems going into safety mode.
Okay.
So, you know how when you overload a circuit that you hear the safety go bang?
Mm.
You're hearing that coming closer down the corridors as all these switches coming towards where you're listening are all triggering. And Jeremy, you were going to say something?
I just got to check. So we're currently actually in the foyer / bistro area type stuff on the 2nd floor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming our rooms were actually somewhat further up.
You each have rooms on different floors.
Yeah, fine. It's for the idea of it. Are we working on the idea that we've bought significant equipment or something with us while we're laying low?
You could have brought whatever you...
Sorry?
You would have brought whatever you felt like, as well as potentially any gear that you thought was hot and needed getting rid of.
Well, yeah. Dexter will be rapidly heading out of the room and getting up the stairs, because he worked on the idea the elevator's probably going to fail, so he'll be heading back to his room to collect gear.
Mm-hmm. So as you move out of the dining area, you basically see all the lights shut down, and the emergencies are not come on.
Can I at least try and get the emergency lights on? Even though or have I been kicked out completely?
You're clicking on the connect rapidly, and it says that there are no connections within range. Which is surprising considering 5 minutes ago you could actually get to the building next door. You can't even detect any nodes running except for your computer at this stage. Even your personal comlink is currently offline.
Wow, okay, so this is like proper like comm blackout. You kind of hear this person that's in the against the back wall kind of like sigh, but it sounds really like electronic. And then they kind of like slam their laptop shut and sort of begrudgingly stand up.
Do we know if this cabal of Shadowrunners that owns and runs the place have any enemies?
Probably.
Do we know who they might be?
No one even knows who they are.
Okay, alright, so I have no idea.
Just that they've been running this place for long enough for rumours to go around about them being pulling off an exceptional run at some point and then buying this sometime afterwards. Hey buddy, where are you trying to go?
It's waiting for me to get back into the chair, I think.
Well, you left the area, so he wanted to chase you down. So yes.
Like, Mom, what are you doing? Mom, what are you doing?
As the whole place goes dark, you suddenly get light filtering in through the windows of all the outside LEDs and holo signs from the street.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
Currently nighttime.
Okay, so that's like street lighting and such.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And advertising. So think Blade Runner-esque or any sort of cyberpunk dystopia where you've got advertising as far as you can see, where if you look augmented you get probably 100 times as much advertising unless you have filters.
Speaking of which, are they working?
What was that?
The augmentation.
You turn it on and you can't detect it.
Well, that's good and bad. Good, the fact that I'm not getting all these annoying ads. Bad that I'm not getting my augmented reality so I can see in the bloody dark.
You can look through the glasses and it is showing you that it's working, but you've got no
it's not
status
connected.
symbol.
Yeah, so it's actually a attack on the building.
And for most people, this is why a majority of Shadowrunners go wired only, because it's very easy to suppress the Wi-Fi connection between equipment.
Yeah, we have got issues about getting wired.
Wired doesn't necessarily mean cyber. Wire means that there is something attached to your gun, that's attached to your hip, that's attached to your phone or comlink, and everything has wires connecting it together so that it can't be hacked easily or shut down.
Those wires might be internal in the case of cyberware.
Yeah, but you still need wireless to access it to everything else outside yourself.
Yes, you do need that, but most hackers also have the physical plugs to plug into things.
Yeah.
If there was power here and the Wi-Fi was shut down, then Holo could just walk over to the wall, plug in, and suddenly have access to stuff. I believe that means he's just used the kitty litter again.
Okay.
No,
It's Zoomy.
heading over to the kitty litter.
So would I have a plug, or is that something I'd have to get?
No, you would have a full set of plugs on you with adapters, because as a hacker, it's like saying you're a bike rider who always forgets to take their helmet. Your cables are the equivalent of your helmet. You never leave home without them.
Yeah.
You might not show people. You might have hidden cases in your clothing where you hide all the stuff, but you always have them accessible because that's your bread and butter. Like our thief would have lockpicks. He would have a mag lock set. He would have.
I've got a very limited equipment list here.
I'm just saying, as your background, you get those free.
Yeah.
Oh, do I?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm giving
you've
it to
got
you
a
free.
you've got a whole. You get a whole.
So you have the basic tools of your trade besides what you bought.
You're skilled in skullduggery.
Yes.
Yeah, so you've got a skullduggery toolkit.
And so you have a bunch of things that you've hidden on your body somewhere.
Okay.
So the equivalent of
There's a reason why it's an oversized hoodie, right?
that is true, and it might be that you also have extra parts to your rig strapped to your back that's hidden under the hoodie. Simply because computers that give you actual virtual reality are fairly heavy. And you might just be using an external screen, so no one actually knows your kit's actually strapped to you.
Yeah.
Because at this stage, the hacker's actual computer is the equivalent of the old Commodore 64, really big, almost like a little piano, electronic piano sort of thing, and not light either.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm glowing or not yet.
And after about a minute of the lights going out, everyone's eyes adjusting to the gloom can see almost as well. As you're hearing steps going up, footsteps going up the stairs nearby.
Sounds like a panic elf.
Is that where somebody did it before? Dresden?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
It was Desmond, but whether you noticed it or not, you can still hear the footsteps.
Oh, no, I'm just enjoying the whole situation.
It's the only noise you're hearing at the moment. There's not even the buzz of electricity.
Okay.
Yeah.
As soon as this emergency thing went off, I would have gone to stealth, if that's okay.
Yep, you can stealth quite easily. I'm sure you can find various places to hide here.
Well, I just don't want to be too obvious.
I think in the dark it's pretty easy not to be obvious. I'm just enjoying it.
And I will give Raven and Womp a perception check here, as there is some movement outside. So what you add to that is you'll add 2 purple, because you always add the difficulty to the roll.
Okay, 2 purple.
Because the results are the entirety of what you roll.
Okay, anything else?
That is all you're rolling at this stage. So the green automatically go away.
Because they're useless blanks.
Those go away.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't get cancelled out, but this one cancels out one of those. So that is called 2 successes and a threat.
Okay.
So what a threat means in general is either some sort of penalty applied to your character or something going bad, or the generic version is your character takes 1 strain.
Okay.
So I will go for the generic one at this stage, which means strain. If you run out of strain, you fall unconscious. So
It's just too stressful for you.
I'm enjoying it though. I'm having fun.
So while you're relaxing, a drone comes up on the outside of the building, and you're outlined by the drone.
Okay. Well, duck down.
That's part of where the stress is, and whoa.
Great flashbacks.
Okay, so that is 1 strain for Womp as well.
Womp stands out like a sore thumb.
You didn't want to do, did you?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
As Raven finds the easiest thing to hide behind at this point, which is Womp.
Okay. I'm quite happy to put someone else between me and a threat.
I hate drones.
And I will give our hacker a perception roll at this point. It's a separate perception.
Separate perception.
So
Sorry.
you're going to determine something different that they can't.
Perception. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I refresh my screen after I get my perception.
We have a bug outside. Annoying flying one.
Hello there.
As in,
Perception.
drone?
One yellow, one green.
I was just refreshing what I had so I could actually bring it up onto the screen as well. So one yellow, one green.
One yellow, one green.
Okay.
Doesn't look good.
So it ends up being a success with a threat. So your character gets one strain as well.
Yep.
And you realize that the jamming signal is strongest, is extremely strong coming from where that drone is. It may be one of the points of jamming. As it seems to be throwing a directional block to the signal.
What's the rules about firing outside the hotel?
You can quite easily fire in and out of places, but you're not sure how the window and the replacement of such will set you back.
That's if the window itself is not bulletproof.
Mm-hmm. And you're also got your accommodation from the last run you did, so you have to be careful about what you do.
It's bloody elves. I'm not going to damage anything.
No, it wasn't elves who you did the run for.
Oh, no.
Hopefully it's not Harlequin.
Well, it could be Harlequin who owns this building, or he may have paid the people who owns this building.
But I don't know. It's got Sylvan involvement of some sort. And I did not want to piss off them.
I want to slip
Actually,
out
I'm
of
more
the
worried about them than anything, and dragons than anything else.
I want to slip out of the immediate vicinity of the threat.
Mhm.
Stealth.
Yeah,
But I
you're
wanna
standing
keep-
behind me.
But I want to keep tabs on what's going on because it's so much fun.
So we can see the drone or
Oh,
hear it?
The drone basically flew up beside the building and put a spotlight on the dining area,
Right.
Okay.
highlighting Womp in particular.
Okay. I'll now do the flip the frog and dance off to the side. Hello, my baby. And bye.
Okay, so while you're doing that, Desrin, you're going up the stairs. At what level out of 14 did you get your room on?
Roll a d20 and see what you get.
Desrin's probably on the high. He likes the highlight of life, so he's up the top.
He's used to living on the top 3 floors of the 28-story Deadcraft building. But because we're actually finding out here, he would have been happy to take a floor 6.
Okay, so yes, you finally make it to floor 6.
Yep.
And as you get here, you see everything here seems to be on lockdown. Each of the doors has a secure door, has closed over the front of it.
Jason's probably thinking, God damn it, where's Flogger when I need him?
Probably asleep through all this. If he's still in the building.
Well, I'll go to the door and at least test the try the pass card and confirm it doesn't work.
The pass card slot is actually behind the secure door.
Okay, I would expect you to be like, get back to yeah, it's like, yep, okay.
You recognise this type of security being designed to stop the imminent threat of the passengers of most or the clientele of organisations like this. So they would have to breach the security office to get access to the rooms. Or if they've already done so, they've denied people getting in and out.
And that just, obviously, from a lifetime perspective, it meant that anyone who was in their room is now secure in their room and not wandering out the corridor causing a problem.
What if you're using respirator?
Well, we'll try for a like I say, look, if there's a window at the end of the corridor type stuff, we'll have a little look outside and see what's happening on the outside, and we'll come in and take a think about, okay, can I get to the room from the outside?
Okay, looking out the window, you can see that there's only one window in the corridor, which is at the end of the building opposite the lifts, and it's where the fire escape is located. So you either take the stairwell internal or the fire escape external, and you can see that there appears to be a couple of drones coming up the side of the building, looking in all the windows.
Okay, I will certainly duck back. I'm not visible from the window, or duck down, or whatever type stuff, to most convenient. And then have we technically got comms? Like, obviously, Desmond effectively has his always on him at all times. So I think I don't know many rest of the party would normally have their comms on at all times.
Okay, so your eye's telling you that there is currently no matrix connection, and it can't pick up your link.
Okay.
Looking at your link currently has no signal.
So mine's still...
You're hiding in the shadows. Who knows what the shadows do?
I was wondering if everyone's on different floors or had removed or...
Well, currently everyone's still on the second floor except for Desmond, who's on the sixth floor. Right. Because he's on the sixth floor, he got to jump in a little sooner than he would have otherwise.
Okay, right.
And as Desmond's looking out the window, he can see a unmarked white van backing up to the front doors of the building.
Mm-hmm. How big are these drones?
The drones are...
Oh, like that little bugger.
They're surveillance drones, not attack or...
I was just thinking, I've never ridden a drone. I was thinking about grabbing them back, but it's just...
Now, if you grab enough of them,
no,
it's like balloons. Told you up, I'm sure.
No, I'm disappointed now.
Where's the hole when you need him to say fetch?
There's no marker on the drone or on the white band to indicate that they're in a particular company or security force involved?
They're not flashing any information, and they don't have any running lights on them.
No.
Which means, as far as you're concerned, they're definitely not corporate or security drones.
Yeah, happy with that. The drones are effectively going up the building and like looking at all the windows and things like that.
Yep.
There's a little tuck back while they're coming out past the sixth floor type expectation. But then,
And it does look as if they go up a floor, circle the building, and then go up a floor again.
Okay. In which case then he's going to sit that window there monitoring, and as they're going past about say the 8th or 9th floor, he's going to take a shot with his pistol at one of them.
Okay, so while you're doing that, we go back to the dining room, and where we have Shadow, Raven, Hollow, and Warm.
I asked earlier about the security of this place. Is there a spot I know where I could hide and watch the people come in and go.
The dining area is one of the best places to
But it's also there's no way out. You're in a cul-de-sac, aren't you?
You basically have a big open space where you can see the lifts and the main stairwell, and security is also located on this level, as are the offices for the building services, whereas the lobby below normally deals with vehicles and...
I often about watch what's going on, but also have multiple exits options. And these windows don't sound like they're windows that open.
Is this the kitchen area as well?
The kitchen is also on this floor, yes.
I don't want to be caught where I've only one path out.
No, you do have another path. Kitchen.
No, there's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a cul-de-sac as well.
Yes, but kitchen's also got disposal chutes.
And a lot of buildings like this have dumb waiters,
Yeah,
which you would know quite a lot about.
problem is Troll
Very
can't fit.
archaic.
Troll can't fit through, but puny human can.
You have multiple puny people that can fit through. You're the only one who can't fit in.
That's
What was that, Jeremy?
You mentioned the fact that when the announcement came over, we were the only ones, or what the PCs were the only ones actually in the bistro area.
Yep.
In the week we've been staying at the hotel, have we seen any evidence of other guests? Or basically staying in their rooms for the time only?
This is the first day you've come out of your rooms because you were told to at least spend a week on just room service.
After that, yeah, no problem. But obviously, in Declan's progress up the stairs and now in the corridor, he's not seen any evidence of other people or anything like that.
Oh, they've tracked us by TV viewing. Who else will be watching like the vintage TV shows and that?
Well, considering what the building is, they have a lot of vintage TV streaming in-house. So, all of you get to hear the sound of what sounds like a cutting torch on metal coming from the stairwell.
Okay. Find a good place to hide with those options for exits. Have gun ready.
Okay, so you find one of the, I'd probably say, walled sections on the edge of the bistro, because you can look over it, you can climb over it, you can go around it, you can basically cower underneath it. If people are coming over the top, they won't see you.
Sounds great.
Okay, so
But you're doing this in full line of sight of the drone, aren't you?
It's completely dark, isn't it? That's what
it is dark, but the drone has moved on by this time.
And also, it's shining a light in. There's going to be shadows all over the place. Yeah, lots of places to hide.
Plus, it's also not strong enough to go more than, say, 2 or 3 meters.
And I'm happy to move and change locations just to create confusion.
And unfortunately, none of you were very good with the security side of things to notice anything unusual about the drone. Not from a light in your face.
I was going to say, I didn't even get a chance, but...
I didn't see you.
I don't know if I've even got the skills for it.
It would be perception, and it would be how many ranks of security you have as a knowledge.
Well, 0.
Yeah, I think like I'm the only one that was like, oh yeah, it's a security drone, but like I haven't said anything because why would I?
I was hoping it'd be a really big drone. But
I don't know, it depends on the nature of your person, the character, I guess. If you're one that's looking out for yourself, which it sounds like you are, you would keep to yourself, but if you were looking for help in this situation to get out of it, you might just
That's
start
right, I don't have curse yet.
corralling people to help you and
I was
give
hoping to
them
ride a
information that might, depending on your perceptions of the other people around you could indeed decide to communicate if you wanted to, but from the sounds of the sort of character you've started up, that's quite in line with how you would play it.
Okay.
With the security office, is that nearby?
It is nearby. It's on the same floor as the bistro, kitchen, and grand staircase.
And you said the drone has moved on, or has it still got a spotlight on Womp?
It has moved on.
Yeah, after I did my dance off stage.
Okay. It has moved on?
It has moved on.
It has moved on. Okay. Well, I'm going to just kind of like look like I'm heading for the stairs, like I'm being the good person and following the instructions to sort of like get out and go to the meeting point. But as soon as I'm sort of like clear of that, I'm gonna go try and find that security office and see if I can get in.
And Shadow does remember that the actual meeting point is out front of the main foyer on the pavement.
I presume nobody's going out there because
that's where it's currently locked, and people are trying to get in.
And you hear a tapping echo through the building.
You recognise what that is?
Well, people can make a education roll if they've got it.
Education.
Forget it. I won't bother.
Well, you don't have education?
Not that I can see. I don't see that anywhere.
You possibly do have something. You can make just a basic education roll too.
Yeah, you get strained though when you do that. There's always a price to be paid, isn't there?
There are prices for a lot of things.
You can get started and make just a straight roll?
If you get threats, yes.
Okay, yeah. That's only if you get threats, yeah.
So what is your intellect?
Oh no, you're not making me roll, are you?
I just
like
asked
this
him.
tube.
Then yeah, that would best be that I should do anything about it. So what about Womp? Does Womp have something Womp's going to roll on this?
Oh, I don't have science, even though I should actually take it because it is a career skill. I've got law, forbidden, shadowrunners.
I'll probably do it.
What do I think university?
I do it
Oh,
as
you're not going, are you,
science.
that guy?
Do it as science.
Yeah, I thought you would do it as science. So that's 3 green.
3 green.
Can I do science? Oh, sorry, not science. Security.
So you got one advantage for Ross. You can recover your strain.
Yeah, I
if you
recover
wish
my
to.
strain. I'm going, curse, I shouldn't have slipped through that cinema.
And you can potentially choose hacking if you wish to.
Is it
Hacking?
Morse?
Okay. I will do hacking. So two yellow, 2 green.
But puppies don't hack computers.
I'm not playing puppy.
That looks
That was
good.
the best part.
Okay, so you got 2 successes and 2 advantages. You do detect it as Morse code coming through the building as someone's tapping it on the pipes.
Yeah, I thought it's Morse code, but I can't work it out.
And Morse code is saying there is a hit squad at the front. Need the generators to be re-enabled in the basement. Please turn off and on.
In the basement.
Yep, and I'm just going to duck to the bathroom.
Okay.
What do you figure out how you'd like to do that?
I kind of look around. Is everyone else kind of trying to work out what this tapping is and kind of like looking all quizzical and
Yeah, I'm going, it's Morse code, but I slipped through the course.
I was going to, but I think Martin's handed the ball to you at the moment.
And I don't know what Morse code is.
Welcome to my character's world.
I was going to do a few things, but opportunities passed me.
Well, if everyone's kind of like looking around going like, oh, we know what this is, like, you'll kind of hear from like the sort of shadow of the corridor and this really kind of like electronic voice. Just be like, it's Morse code. How do you guys not know this? It's very simple.
Well, I was hoping I would get an education role and that I could find things.
What is Shadow's education?
I don't have a sheet.
Well, what's your...
Science.
You have
Oh, wow. Gee, you got lots of skills.
Oh, yeah, but it's not...
I should have a high intelligence.
yeah, you got a high intelligence, but not skilled insights.
I might not have.
Would you like to spend a story point?
Oh, I forgot about doing that.
Yes.
What's the flash of insight do?
Flash of insight. When you generate a triumph on another skill, add 2 boost dice in the results of the check.
Oh, cool. That's quite useful.
I also want to have an astral.
Oh, what? Just as well I checked that up.
Because you got a triumph in your check.
Oh.
Which is why I roll even if I'm not.
Okay, so you ended up with a triumph, 3 successes and 5 advantages. You realize that it is definitely Shadowrunner style Morse code, as it's doing tactical messaging.
Would I, based on that roll, remember how to get to the basement?
You do know that the stairwell goes down to the basement. You don't remember there being an actual button for the basement in the elevator. It's probably a hidden button.
Would the dumb waiter get to the basement?
Probably not.
Use astral sight to locate a tech girl who wants to hide in the background with a laptop where she is.
You can look astrally and determine where they are fairly easily.
I'll move over to tech girl, I don't know her name yet, and I'll say, do you know how to get us down into the basement if these security doors are up?
I will tell this random person who came walking up to me that I was trying to find my way to the security office. I might be able to get a schematic from there.
But as you just pointed out, it's Morse code, and the Morse code is telling us to get to the basement and restart the generators. So I don't mind if you go to the security office, but I need to get to the basement and restart the generators.
She'll point out that like you can't go anywhere because
Can I grab both of them and we head
Well,
head
I thought you
downstairs?
might be able to hack a security door or something. I don't know much about tech. I just figured I'd ask.
That's why we gotta go to the security office, because that's where everything will be, and I'll be able to jack in there.
Okay, well.
And I was going to ask, Jeremy, does Desmond also listen in to the banging to try to decipher it?
He probably pay more attention to monitoring and calculating the drone cycle rate, so no, he wouldn't be listening to random bangs occurring throughout the building.
I will also call out to Warm, to where he is.
I'm just side of the window going.
I was going to say, did you want to join us?
Yeah, well, if it's told, go downstairs and turn the generators off and on again. Yeah.
I was going to say.
Plus, you got a kill team fronting up in a couple of moments.
Any minute now. So.
So I'm going to pull out
As
the
a
pine
troll, can you force a security door? Do you have that kind of sense?
I can. I'm not as great as Flogger, and
No, you don't collect them. But
and with my current curse, I'm not as good as I used to be.
well, I'm just wondering whether or not
I can empower some people that might be able to do it, but I don't think anyone's brawny enough around here.
Okay, so with that statement, I will ask Josh, who does he want to bring into tonight's session? Is he happy to bring Flogger in at this stage?
Yeah, it's gonna be Flogger at this stage.
Did someone say flogger? So it's like the Gatorade
Flogger,
ad.
like rips the basement door off and is like...
It's like the Gatorade ad.
In which case...
Hey, now come on, I'm the Kool-Aid man.
Kool-Aid man, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make. Yeah, the Kool-Aid.
Flogger is not of a group in full fit.
In which case, although it's not ideal to split the party, I would suggest Tech Girl goes to the security room to jack in, and I'm gonna head towards the basement and see if I can get Womp to collect a door.
Okay.
Not Womp, Flogger.
So, Desrin hears a wrenching sound in floor below him. Sounds as if the metal being
Also,
torn
Flogger's on level 5.
has been completely torn from its frame.
And you're hearing a laugh.
And
You hear someone trying to count poorly because he doesn't know how many doors he's got.
And from the bistro, you hear the same sound of the door being wrenched off from above you.
I will pull up. Is that you, Flogger?
Where is Flogger? Is Flogger in the basement?
Flogger is 2 floors up from most of the group and 2 floors down from Desrin, but you're not exactly quiet.
No,
Oh,
there's
okay.
not going to be any stealth right now.
Alright. So everyone hears Flogger rip that door off.
Yeah. But I call up. Is that you, Flogger? I'm calling up the stairwell.
I don't know if he can hear.
Let's see how good he is at hearing you.
Look, I'm pretty sure between Womp and Flogger we can get down into the basement. You're hiding, aren't you?
So you got no result in.
I don't even. I'm vaguely aware what's going on.
Okay.
Flogger doesn't hear a thing. Too busy getting through the door frame.
We can't close him. I will.
And Flogger had slept through dinner, and it looks like it's night. He might not actually have any food if he's not quick to the bistro.
The restaurant. Yeah. That might mean he's heading downstairs anyway.
He's be hungry.
He smells food.
So this is the time Flogger was told he could actually get a real meal not delivered to his room.
I'm not sure if he's on mute or if he's driving.
I believe he's driving.
I am driving up to you. Flogger shed tears. It's the first meal he's had in years.
Does Flogger come down to the bistro though?
Yes.
Does he realise it is...
Flogger is going to stop me.
Does he realise it is pitch black everywhere?
No, because he woke up in a dark room.
This is a normal state of affairs for...
Yep.
Okay, so while everyone's starting to head towards the stairwell, there's a lot of banging coming down the stairs, and eventually you see a Flogger coming out on the landing, dragging behind him the remains of a security door.
I will ask Flogger if he wants to collect another door.
This is mine.
No, a second door. Another door.
Ooh.
More doors.
You mean the one after one?
Yes. Come with me.
Okay.
Having used my astral sight, I will ask you, if you want to stay in safety, you're welcome to come with us. We're going to go down to the basement and restart the generators before these guys who are blow-torching their way in manage to break through.
I
Is
need
anyone...
to see somebody rip doors off. I want to see that.
Well, in that case, come with us. Are you okay to accompany Tech Girl and keep her safe? I don't know her name yet.
Yeah, I could do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I pulled out my quiet word.
I'm going to accept that without comms, I don't know where Desrin is. I presume that if Desrin decides he wants to, he'll find us.
Desrin's hiding. He's doing his usual shit.
Yeah, he's doing his usual shit. No, I'll just assume that if he wants to find us, he will. Otherwise, he's well able to take care of himself.
He is.
So I'll take Flogger and what was your character's name? Raven. Raven and head towards the basement. Well, I presume Hollow and Womp head up to the security office. Because you may not be able to get through the security office door, at least with the troll you've got a chance. I say that to Hollow.
I assume with my knowledge of security, I can say that, you know, like, in this situation, it's only destruction of doors that will get past them. There's no other way.
The thing is, you're good at mechanical.
Yeah, you know a lot more about how to bypass physical security, whereas M's character knows more about how to bypass electronic security.
Yeah. So, I dare say it's still helpful having Hollow go to the security room and figure out what's going on, but I don't know how long it's going to take for what sounds like considerable force being put on the front doors is going to have its effect, and they're going to come in and I don't know who they're after, what they're after, or why, so head to the basement.
And most hit teams generally want to erase witnesses.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're walking in the foyer area outside the bistro, you hear a clang from downstairs as you think the want-to-be robbers or assassins have tripped the security system, and it sounds as if the front doors have dropped a secure door in there as well.
Oh, very glad of that.
Well, not everything is triggered by sensors. A lot of the old school stuff was triggered by motion or activity. So, as you reach the door to the security room, you see that the paneling to allow the windows to be seen through is obviously not getting any power because it's all crystallized. One of those that when it's got power you can see through it, and technically you would also act as one of their screens at the same time.
Yep.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Multi-purpose use for these things. And when it's not running anything, it just looks like a normal pane of window. The door to the room does have a looks to be a pass key to get in.
Can I try and hack my way through that?
You can potentially do so. It would be a skullduggery check for you to hack into it.
That's only 2 green unless I upgrade.
I'll go on to rip it off the hinges. I'll go on to rip it off the hinges.
You went down.
You went down. Morph's with her.
Aww.
You get to rip off the security door in a second.
Yay.
Okay.
I've got the right roll for the job, I'll put it that way.
So, Em, did you wish to upgrade your check?
Yes, please.
Okay, so looks like you're sweating bullets as you're trying to break in, taking 2 more strain. As you manage to reuse some of the power from your computer to provide power to the lock mechanism and get it open.
Nice.
And the door pops open with a click.
I'll make my way inside and see what I can do.
Okay, looking inside, there is a guy sitting in a chair with a plug in the back of his head.
Is he alive?
There is a burning smell in the room.
It's like
Actually,
grey.
I'll check to see if he's actually dead or mostly dead.
Well, he's hot to the touch.
He's dead.
He's crispy. Can I?
And people ask me why I don't like getting wired as I remove the corpse from the chair.
Hang on. Before you remove the corpse from the chair, I'm like, don't touch the plug. Don't touch the plug. Let me do
I
that
haven't
first.
touched it. I'm pulling it up so you can actually unplug him because I'm not. My fingers aren't
Designed for that.
Yeah, that's why I was like panicking.
No, I wasn't going to rip him up. I'm just going to pick him up, waiting for you to disconnect him, then put him on the side.
Right. I'll check the plug over, make sure it's not damaged.
Looking at the plug, it looks as if a power spike has gone through it, and there is signs that it has arced between the jack and his skull.
So, we're, just for visualization purposes, we're talking ye old, kind of like I stick my guitar lead into my guitar jack, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Does that mean it's not usable anymore?
Would require a toolkit to pull it out, but it may also mean that the wire itself is fried, which is why you have your own set of wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna
You gotta jack up.
find where that leads to and get to work with my own gear.
Okay, so you can feel that the cable itself is still warm, as is the jack it was plugged into on both ends.
Oh wow, okay.
So it looks as if someone sent most of the building's power through that jack.
Oh, Jesus. Is there any way, can I test whether that's still getting power spikes? So I don't fry my own computer?
Well, there is no power going at the moment, but once you turn the power on, there's no guarantee it won't happen.
Oh, it won't happen, right. Alright. Kind of moving an R, I'm like, I don't want to risk my rig. Given that this guy's basically fried his brain.
Well, it's probably fried when the robbers started their break-in attempt.
Yeah, but if it spikes when I'm jacked in, then it could fry my computer too.
And you think it might have happened around the same time that you started hearing all the safeties flick off on the power points?
Alright.
So if you had it been plugged into mains power at that time, your computer might have gone with it.
Yeah, I might have been fried anyway, so yeah. It's kind of alright, this is a bit of a boss. This is completely fried.
This is why you pay ridiculous amounts of money for a laptop that has surge protectors on it.
Okay, so while you're doing that, up on the upper flights on level 6, Desrin sees the drone rise up above him and do the whole scan around. Because he was waiting till it got to level 9 before he acted, he said.
Yeah, well, level 8, 9, that's the attack came past, so I thought you'd be able to judge the timing it would take and things like that. And then aim to effectively push open the window or the emergency exit door slightly and take the shot at the drone to eliminate one of them, and then hopefully eliminate the other one shortly afterwards.
Okay, you push the door and surprisingly it opens. You're expecting it to be locked down with the rest of the building.
I'm happy that it comes in because, hey, technically it should have been open, or the idea of if you were going out to the fire escape, you'd hope it was going to be open.
Well, most of the time alarms go off or they're locked in until an emergency. And a quick glance tells you that it is a maglock system, meaning there's no power to the locking mechanism.
Yep.
And
anyway, I will line up and take a step away and take the shot at the drone.
Yep.
Thinking it's not a security drone, so therefore it shouldn't be particularly armoured or anything like that.
Okay, so what is your attack dice?
Range light is 3 yellow and 2 green.
Okay.
And if it's upgrade available, you might as well use it.
Nothing wrong with having 4 yellow?
Mm-hmm.
Even though 2 of them rolled up nothing?
And so it doesn't look like there's actually a penalty dice there as such, but he does have the cyber eyes that would counter any white penalties, so that's fine.
Well, there we go. So, while you're you do shoot, you do hit it. It does just fizzle out and drop like a stone.
Okay.
Apparently, it didn't have any armor on it whatsoever.
That's nice. Not a good you. Well, I hope you wouldn't.
And you do notice moments afterwards that red dots seem to be moving across the wall next to you towards you.
You've made them angry.
As in, while I've watched you, you've had 2 drones that were going around the building?
There were only 2 drones going around the building, and neither of them had weapons on them.
Yeah, okay. In which case then, I will I'll let the door close and basically roll on the floor for a while to get to away from the current location and aim to get away from the laser point sites and
I'm just envisioning Desrin rolling on the floor.
So as you dove inside, you do feel a air movement above you as you see a bullet hole in the floor about an inch from your face as the door clicks shut behind you.
Okay, well, certainly my thought process was this. I actually gone outside, I put the door enough to crack look through, so therefore I could wind up working out where the gun could be if they were past the line from the door. But okay, if I was already outside, then maybe I could park all around. But no, that's right, I'll get back to the gun.
Okay, you believe it came from one of the neighbouring buildings.
Okay. And basically, yeah, I will head back down the corridor to the main stairwell, and so both drones were actually still together, or were they circling separately?
They were circling separately, so at least they were on opposite sides of the buildings to each other.
Okay, but they were normally doing that at the same level of time?
Yep.
Okay, I will, get to the stairs and take a couple flights up to then aim to find get back towards the fire escape doorway again, to be watching to see the pattern of the gun again if it continues. And also, now look out for snipers in the other buildings. But stay hidden, more important.
Okay, so while you're hiding there, you see that the escape staircase on the outside seems to start shaking.
As in, suddenly it looks like someone's trying to pull it down, or someone's trying to, people are heavy booted, people are running up.
You think something's moving up it enough to shake the whole stairwell.
Okay.
Something
yeah.
wicked
I
this way
will.
comes.
So I missed that, Amanda.
Something wicked this way comes. Or more along the lines of something heavy this way comes.
Indeed.
Or there's a lot.
Well, okay. I'm happy that it's taken him some time to get to the corridor, up 2 more flights of stairs, get back to the corridor and start looking. So, have to go back to others if they want to.
Okay, so those who went down to the basement finally reach it.
I will look at the security door. Does it look like it's got a way to get past it at all?
When you get to the basement, it is a simple door. You could probably punch through it yourself.
I'm not going to deprive Flogger of the joy. So I will point to the door and say, Flogger, there's a door for you to click. This one is okay.
Flogger will attempt to rip the door with hinges.
I have a feeling that attempt doesn't need to be in there, but we'll see. We'll see. I have a feeling we may need our thief mechanic to help us figure out the generators, though.
Okay, Flogger struggles greatly getting this door off.
Wow, really?
Taking 3 strain.
That's fine.
As realize that it really is a false door.
Oh, I see.
And it's been painted up to look normal, even aged.
Mm.
And he ends up ripping off a 2 meter solid metal vault door.
All the better for your collection.
What's in the vault?
So just as a character, Flogger is massively built and is frighteningly quick. However, has no intellect.
Okay.
I have a brawn of 6 and I have an agility of 6.
So if you hit him hard enough to make him lose a point of intellect, he passes out.
Yep.
But that's when everything goes bad.
Mm-hmm. Looking inside the basement area there, behind the vault you see the main computer hub for the building. It's definitely far more advanced than anything you've been in before. It looks like it has enough processing power to run a small city on its own.
Mm.
I presume it's all off at the moment, though.
And it is all currently offline. And you do see on the other side of the room has a sign for backup generator.
Okay. I'll assign Flora, watch the door, don't let anyone come through. Unless
After you.
After us, unless it is Womp and Womp with a girl in a hoodie, or Desrin. They are the people that you're allowed to let in after me and, sorry, what's your name?
Raven, I'm really impressed by your work with doors. If you considered moving on to other things? Was it just doors?
No. As soon as he's like, have you considered moving? A hand slaps over your mouth, being my hand over Raven's mouth, and you do not get to finish the sentence. and you get a panicked look from Shadow. She says, no, don't, not right now. This is not a good time. You can carry on your conversation about Womp and his collection activities after the people trying to break in and murder us are dealt with. In the meantime, yep.
I'm big concerned. I'm sure Shadowstar had better understanding of Flogger.
Oh yeah.
Shadow just told Flogger, having just pulled the door off with both hands, watch the door.
No. I said don't let anyone come through the door.
You did say watch the door to begin with.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
The door.
I will hopefully be allowed to adjust my wording to don't guard the door.
Doorway.
Guard this area here and don't let anyone through this area unless it is the people I've described or specified previously. And hopefully that's effective.
There may be a memory test involved.
Yeah,
It's a
maybe.
very complicated set of instructions.
Well, I did say Womp Desrin or anybody with Womp and Desrin. Can we leave it at that?
We can leave it at that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so yes.
I can't remember what I said.
A lot of things. It was nice.
Yeah.
So yes, you managed to cross over to the backup generator room.
I'm not.
It doesn't actually have a lock on it. If anyone can get in here, there'll be no need to lock it.
I'm not gonna straight off turn it on and off again because I'm aware that the techie girl and Womp are in the security room. I'm gonna see if I can feel or hear any tapping on the pipes to see if there's an update in the Morse code.
Okay, update says that there is a vehicle landing on the roof.
Oh great, we're gonna go fast. Does my understanding of Morse code with that role allow me to use Morse code to tap a message to security room turning power on?
You can do that.
Okay, so that they've got warning that I'm about to turn everything on. You know, in case someone's jacked in and doesn't want their computer to get fried. Or hasn't quite jacked in. I don't know if Tech Girl will have to roll to pick up that there's Morse code happening.
Okay, you do that. Tech Girl recognizes the Morse code, saying power about to be cycled.
Now, I presume, because
And
you... Oh, sorry.
And I believe Raven was at the terminal while you're doing that. And Raven sees that the backup generator does have power, but it's currently in offline mode.
Okay. You do realise I don't have mechanics. I don't know if I have the skills for this.
Okay, it is normally computer sysops to get the
I
operating
don't have
system.
that either.
Well, anyone can do it without the skill.
Do it together? As
You
a,
can.
as a
You're
team?
probably better at it than I am. I am
Wait,
actually
what?
basic.
What skill is it, Martin?
Computer sysops.
Computer system operations.
Log will attempt with one.
No. Flogger is Flogger is at the entrance to the basement
He's not.
guarding.
He's not allowed in amongst all the tech toys.
I'm just curious.
there's
What
no
would happen
doors
if I
here.
augmented Flogger to increase his intelligence?
What Shadow hears is the dragging of a vault door. About a meter behind her.
Stay at the entrance. There's bad people coming. I need you to use that door to hit them.
Logger has the entrance.
I'd like you to watch you doing that, actually.
Go to the opening of the room. Shadow is about to use physical force, if necessary, even if that ends up with her shotgun ending up being sawn off. Hopefully Flogger follows through. If not, I'll just simply tell him not to touch anything and don't move.
You do realise Flogger has like the biggest shield here now.
Yes, that's okay.
It's a damn good shield too.
Look, I'm a bit like Desran. I know, scuffing you upside the back of the head's not going to actually hurt you. I'm just hoping that it will communicate that I need you to do this task rather than that task. And if not, I've at least alleviated my frustration.
The whole reason why Flogger is here is to frustrate others.
I don't know, I thought he was here so that he could thump and kick the bad guys.
And unlock doors.
Yeah, and collect doors.
I'm impressed by how you deal with doors.
Mm-hmm.
We need more of that.
It's not the first security / vault door Flogger's ripped off.
No, but it used to be you could tell Flogger that you needed him to stand guard or something like that, and he would.
Did it used to be that?
You sort of. The answer to that is sort of. You might tell him that, but whether that actually happens or not.
Shadow's just currently wondering whether or not electroconvulsive therapy might actually help with raising Flogger's intellect levels. But
Well, you can't afford it to go the other way.
she's too busy right now, so gonna see whether or not we can turn this generator
I'm
on.
not psychotic, I'm just dumb.
No, I think you've got a certain style.
Yeah. Their style is collecting doors.
Yeah.
I don't see Flogger as being dumb, actually. Low intellect does not mean without capability to
I don't need electroconvulsive therapy.
It'll all depend on how frustrated she gets.
So while this is happening, we have Raven staring at this console. I assume you have 2 in intelligence?
Yes, I was going to suggest it's probably not a good idea, but...
I did offer to assist,
But
but I
you're
am being distracted by a troll right
I
now.
was
being
going
insistent
to
by the
think
troll.
that might be better. I might be searching the area to find something that might help. Would be better than actually me fiddling with things that I know nothing about.
It's
No.
entirely up to you what you do.
What do you want to do? Do you want to try to get this thing working while the argument with the troll is happening behind you?
No, I think I will search the area to see if I can find something that may be of help.
Okay, so
I think
what
it's
is your
distracting
perception?
the troll.
5 green.
5 green. Looking for something to help.
Doesn't look good at all.
I'm
Does
starting
not
to
look
think
good.
I should have left Raven up with
Actually, it doesn't look
Flogger at the
bad.
door.
So there's more positive dice than there are negative dice. And end result is positive.
Okay.
So that is 1 success and 2 advantages. You do find a old user's manual.
Okay.
Looks like this system was installed about 20 odd years ago.
Really, only 20 years ago.
Which means it was fairly good 20 odd years ago when it was installed, and it predated one of the crashes.
Yeah, that's on like 20 years. That's not bad. That's not.
Okay. So does it have instructions for how to restart the system?
It does. It even has system override, so it can be actually run through a network or remotely started.
Does it also have a sabotage system?
Well, you'd think that if it could be remotely controlled by the system, it can also be shut down by the system. The system someone probably put it in a standby mode.
You know, like, so restarting seems a good place to start.
You can probably load up because it does have actual fuel cells with it.
Right,
Which,
so I've handed over from the person who's going to smash it to the person who's going to blow it up?
As they are highly combustible if you overcharge them.
Really?
Yeah. So much so that they stopped using this version in cars after car collisions had taken out large areas of the city.
First I have to get the
That's
system
one way
blown
to
before I
refill
can get it blown up.
And normally whoever sets it off generally doesn't live to tell the tale afterwards.
That's disappointing.
For some.
But they do have lots of safeties on these things to protect against it.
Why? Why do you... They're completely unnecessary in my opinion.
Some of us want to live.
Okay, well... Try and restart the system.
Okay, the book has the Idiot's Guide to Restarting.
Okay, that's where we'll start. We'll start
And it's all on printed plastic. So
Can I read?
you can read.
Okay, that's good.
Everyone's used to electronic and interactivity, whereas this is static.
Yeah, okay.
So you keep trying to swipe it to the next page and nothing happening until you actually realise you have to flip the page over.
Okay.
So this manual aspected stuff is just so weird to you.
Yeah, okay. I probably haven't seen many books.
You've seen plenty of books, but you've not seen physical actual books. For your book is a single tablet which you just swipe left or right on, and it can have as many books as you want
You
on
say it's
it.
only 20 years old. Sounds like 100 years old.
And it is actually a survivor, one of those things built in case of fallout and stuff like that. So it was designed to survive flooding, high temperatures, low temperatures, all that sort of stuff. And going through the 50 odd different steps to go through to prime it properly. You start seeing lights start coming on around you as power kicks in.
Okay. I prefer darkness to light.
And you do realise that it's only the emergency lighting kicking in, so it's about 10% of normal brightness.
We can get your hoodie, just like take those.
No, I just prefer to shut down the lights.
And you also notice that now that this is coming on, that there is a panel in the side of the room that appears to be a stash.
Oh, well, okay. Over to it.
Okay, so with the power coming on, the stash is in the process of unlocking.
Okay.
Apparently it is a literal emergency stash designed for only activation when the system is in trouble.
Okay.
And as it opens up, you see that it does have a bunch of weapons, tools, and lights and flares, and surprisingly, a whole bunch of grenades.
Start collecting stuff. Some stuff will disappear into pockets and things and was never there. But other things will go into display.
And for a survival thing, there's absolutely no food whatsoever in here. It seems to be just a weapons loadout.
Okay, so they're expecting sort of. Does anyone want a couple of grenades?
I'll definitely take some grenades and some.
Yeah, can you catch?
No, I'd rather. I'm pretty swift on my feet.
Okay.
Throw two
grenades to water.
I'm happy to collect it on foot.
As you see that, you see two blobs come flying towards you.
Hopefully I catch them.
Okay, so you do have acrobatic. Let's see how good it is. As we go over
To be honest, there's a part of me is just tempted to not even try and to just look at them and go, really?
the coordination. 3 green dice.
Okay. Can't I give it a bonus? Because I wanted to catch them.
Well, you did say catch when you were throwing them.
Okay, good. That
So
looks good.
she is quite good at catching it with 4 successes, so easily catch the 2 grenades tossed
without
your way.
even breaking pace or anything, like I just casually grab one, put it in the pocket, grab the other one, put it in my
Looks
pocket,
real good.
and still give you a look of, really?
And yes, you see that he's had a weapons cabinet with various weapons in there. These weapons do look like they're a little outdated in today's society.
Oh, I'm not opposed to more weapons.
But they do have probably about 4 light pistols, a combat shotgun, and a couple of submachine guns.
I think the submachine guns are going to be pretty handy.
Mm-hmm. They do use ranged light, and they are very good at taking down large things like trolls.
Do you want a submachine gun, pistol, or are you
Just
just a
like no
grenade
skill
person?
whatsoever. I'm going to take the things that look the most fun.
So submachine gun for you?
Submachine gun for me?
Yeah.
Now I have a
does
submachine
Flogger
gun. Ho ho ho.
Does Flogger need actual weapons? Does he want them? I presume
He's
aren't
got a
troll.
door. He's got a vault door.
I presume he's not troll sized, and he's got a vault door. He's probably happy.
Yeah, the vault door won't make it up the stairs.
No, probably not. But still.
A couple of lights, a couple of flares as well.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of grenades.
Is there anything there that will give us comms in the current non-comm situation?
Okay, there is a what appears to be a walkie-talkie here. It's for you. It looks very archaic.
Do I at least recognise it as a walkie-talkie now?
You do.
Is it possible with the power coming back up for me to get comms working from the control panel, or is it not quite like fully up yet?
Okay, so as you're waiting, you hear buzzing coming from what appears to be just a panel in the wall. So for M and
Desmond?
no, it was Womp.
A womp, yeah.
Is that good?
I'll go over and investigate.
Okay, so you realize it is a hidden panel as just touching it pops it open, and you can see what appears to be a old style communicator.
I thought this place would be so much fun.
Walkie-talkie?
Yep. And it appears to actually have wires to plug into the building, as well as run-off bands that no one's used for over 50 years.
Cool. I know how to use that. I've seen it used. Unfortunately,
Do I have the old school tech in order to use it?
Looking at it, this is the sort of stuff you would have learnt to make as a 6 or 8 year old.
Right, okay.
And probably figured out how to hack as a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And it does look to be paired with other devices, because you can start hearing what appears to be talking from Shadowstar and someone else in an echoey room.
and you hear Flogger in the background going, "I've got a door."
Cool. Alright, well, I'm gonna get to work and see if I can check these people. I'm presuming are the people that were in the dining room before. Not that we had proper introductions, but...
No. I should have thought to tell you my name.
I'll just be like, hey, is this that elf lady from the dining hall?
This is her, this is Shadow.
I think she was asking what.
Oh, well. Yep.
I thought she was talking on the thing.
Yeah, I thought she was talking on the thing too.
I was kind of talking to everyone.
Yeah,
she's
that's
asking you if you recognise.
yeah, that's her.
voice.
She's there. That's her. That's Shadow.
I don't know if we've ever spoken.
Oh, Shadow. Okay, and I like, oh hey, I'll be like, hey Shadow, how's the reboot going?
As far as I know, it's all starting up. We've got access to a cache of weapons down here. and what looks like the other half of this walkie-talkie system. Do we need to do anything else aside from press the start buttons and stop the troll from...
Out of amusement, I actually thought you said Halo Shadow. So, as in Hollow Shadow?
Yeah.
Introducing yourself to Shadow at the same time, but also saying hello.
Yeah.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm standing in the shadow again.
Yeah.
It's a good rephrase.
Bit of triple words. Yeah. And I just feel like, alright, I haven't heard anything else yet. Computers still haven't come back up, and this has got really old school tech up here. I'm trying to figure it out.
Give me a second, I'll see if the Morse code has changed. Also, if you spot a tall elf in a green jacket, that'll be one of our colleagues, Desrin. Don't shoot him. Hopefully he won't shoot you.
Okay, in that cabinet where you found the walkie-talkie, you also find a what appears to be a plastic instruction guide, as well as a bunch of extension wires.
Okay.
This is for what M's character finds in there.
Yeah, I'm guessing she needs it.
So what did you do to get these hits squad after you? I shouldn't be after you.
No, it could be after anyone.
They could be after anyone in this hotel, including the owners of this hotel itself.
Okay. This is really cool here, though.
So the instructions there give you details on how to plug in the backup generator into the main system. So it is normally disconnected, and unless it has multiple ways to do it, because they do have the potential for the wires to get fried. And if main power has been fried, then you can't run power along those lines.
So do they go through these instructions on the walkie-talkie? And
no, you've got these instructions.
I've got these instructions.
That's the thing additional to the other half of the walkie-talkie and the panel.
So is that the instructions to get the security online?
It's the instructions to get power back to the security office.
Yeah.
Noting down which are the backup systems that aren't wired in. So they will connect and run an alternate set of systems that aren't powered.
So it sounds like we're going to have to hook them up to...
So can I'll spend time explaining to Shadow, who seems to be somewhat intelligent, what the instructions up here say, so it can possibly be a little bit more use up here in the control room.
Yep. Is there stuff that I need to follow through?
Most of it basically says that it's basically providing simple power to the building. It won't power everything, but it will get everything running in a disaster.
Okay.
It's basically the doomsday prep sort of style.
In that case, do we want to... well, I guess the question is trying to figure out who the hell is breaking in, and do we care? The other thing I was going to ask while I was doing the kitty litter, and we had the initial thing, and Jeremy was asking, had we left the room, do we know how many people are here? Shadow having astral, do you have some idea of the fact that there are more than just 5 us?
No, you can't see through walls.
No. And what about just sound? Did we hear the sound of people walking down hallways? And obviously there's staff delivering.
There would have been sound of movement, but you may or may not have heard much of it if you had entertainment going in your rooms.
Okay, alright. Considering that I will meditate and things like that, is it likely I would have heard signs of other guests?
Occasionally, but again, it's only comings and goings you would hear, not actual happenings in a room.
It'd be illogical that if out of 14 floors there are only 5 guests. But who knows? Harlequin could have rented out the whole hotel for just 5 Shadowrunners if he really wanted to, depending on his means of things. I guess my thought is I don't really want to leave this room, but at the same time I want to know where Desrin is, and I don't really want to be split up from the rest of the people. What does Raven...
I don't like being in a cul-de-sac where I can't get out.
I
There's
don't
no way
like.
out of here.
I don't like being down here either. I might walkie-talkie back to Halo and say, do we need to stay down here?
I think,
To be honest, you have no
What-
idea because you never got to finish the instructions as you were answering questions instead of telling them what it said.
You could just say, give me a sec, and I'll give you time to figure it out.
yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say. I'd just be like, give me a sec to read the rest of the what you need to do and relay that.
Most of the things, if I'm interrupted in the middle of something, I'll just stop and let you do stuff because that's basically the right of the characters to take over the scene.
Those of us with ADHD and who are trying to remember the things we thought of back in the Kidda Litter room, don't mean to interrupt you.
It's okay. So it does go through the equivalent of Idiot's Guide to Wiring the System because all the cables have colours and symbols on them. And they match colours and symbols of ports.
Yeah.
You know,
So if she's willing to wait and sort of do the instructions, I think if we get to the end of that, then that should be okay.
I'm happy to stay down here as long as you think I should, and if there's wires to put into things and that, I'm happy to do all of that.
Hello's basically like you got to do this precisely because otherwise you'll fry what's left of the system.
In which case I'll take my time.
Yeah.
Well, all the wiring's done in the security room.
Oh, okay, alright.
That's what I said. That's why I said there were wires in the security room with the instructions.
Yeah, I'll just
sorry, that was for me to do. Okay,
Yes.
So I'll get to doing that.
Probably why it was confusing because we stopped half mid conversation.
Yeah, no, sorry, I lost track of who was doing what because there was lots of things going on.
Yep. So yes, it does plug into various ports around the security room, and once it's all plugged in, you see old style monitors come to life. You just thought they were leftover relics that they stuck here for their looks.
Yeah, I thought they were decorations.
Just
I actually have used.
Downstairs, is there, looking at these screens and things, is there something that actually shows how much power there is and how it's draining? How it's being used?
The generator does say it is currently at 100% capacity, and it basically says that drain is minimal.
Okay. You said it was fuel cells.
Yeah, fuel cells.
Okay. All right. And
you think
looks like it's going to last for a while. Okay.
It does have an estimate of over 12 months of operations at current usage.
Oh, okay. Fine.
So, it was, it looks over-engineered, but looking around, you don't think there's a lot powered on right now.
Yeah,
probably reduced greatly.
That's what I was thinking. Right, and I was sort of wondering whether just how long it would last even on emergency power, because it's supposed to be just a backup system.
Mm-hmm. But once they put lifts and other stuff in there, it might go down to less than a month or a week.
And so I was thinking they turn on all the systems and suddenly what looks like a lot of power might only last an hour or two.
Okay, so as the screens start coming to life, you do see very poor quality cameras come online. The reason you think it's poor quality is that there's no AR associated with it. No,
being augmented reality.
augmented reality, yes. No computer identifications or sensor signaling, just flat images. Very much this sort of tech went out of fashion a long time ago. Mainly because this sort of thing was very easy to fool. And on the screens you can see Desrin standing by the exit door on the 10th floor.
Yep. That's looking out, getting ready for the take yourself to drone, and also looking out for the snipers.
And that there is a external shot of the fire escape showing what appears to be a drone the size of a full-grown gorilla going up the stairwell.
Wow. All right. I will relay that to Shadow. Is it possible to get any other comms up and running now that we've started to boot things back up again?
You can tell that Wi-Fi is still down, and anything that's not plugged into one of the sockets, which you can now easily identify for the walkie-talkies. You've seen a lot of these around the building and not really paid attention to them. That as long as you're plugged in, you should be able to communicate.
Can you see where the intruders are?
I can only so I'll relay that I can see this massive drone on the northern fire escape.
Yep, and it seems to be climbing up the stairs.
Yeah, like Boston Dynamics kind of like humanoid droid like climbing stairs, kind of freaky.
Yeah, think of it sort of like a ape-like version of the Patriot from Iron Man, or War Machine as they call him as well. So it does look heavily decked out in weaponry.
Awesome. I'll describe the sort of like the walkie-talkie plugs to the other
Can we
other
see any
people.
plug spots down here?
Well, the walkie's currently plugged into one,
Okay, alright.
and you probably never really noticed them around because you weren't really the techie sort of person.
They'll be like the thing and described it that this communicator's plugged into right now. There will be others around. So once you've finished the sequence, for your side, you can probably move around. And while we wait for the rest of the balloon to come back up.
And you do get some footage of out the front of the building, as it looks as if a van has backed all the way up to the front doors, and there's a crew of 3 using cutting torches just breaking through the front security gate, and seem to be now moving on to the security door that came down behind it.
Oh, to be able to drop something on that van.
None of them are wearing corporate logos, and from what you can see, they do seem to be well coordinated and using gestures for speech. Not using sign language, but definitely using a trained signaling to indicate what they're doing.
I guess I'll describe what I can before the guys move off or like remove the walkie-talkie.
Okay, so
like there's three people. They're coordinated. They're using a communication style of some description. Do they look
Hopefully
human?
no one has field signals.
Do you, who are you talking to right now? Are you talking to Raven?
I'm talking to Raven and Shadow, or whoever's on the walkie downstairs.
Yeah. Be Raven, Shadow, and Flogger.
Flogger, yeah.
okay. And as you start to get systems online, you do realize that you can now access the emergency phones on the different floors. And that Desrin is hiding right beside one of them.
That's what I was going to say. Do you mention that you can see Desrin as well?
Did you describe him before?
I did.
Alright, I'll be like, I think your other friend, the guy in the green jacket, is up on floor 10. I can try and ping him and see if he picks up.
You could give it a shot, although I'm not sure we want to give away his location.
But this is only internal walkie, so I don't think
okay. Well, in that case, yeah. Give him a ping and maybe let him know where we are and that there's power.
Also, can you say how long it's going to take them to cut through the second door?
Well, they've just started on it, so I wouldn't know how to gauge that, but like, I would say like if it's already taken them 10 minutes to get through the first gate. I'm hoping the other security door is a bit thicker than that.
Well, I'd say Raven would estimate between 10 minutes to 20 minutes at the top, but they may just decide to set charges.
Yeah.
I can keep an eye, just make sure that you stick to...
Just depends on how quiet they want to be.
Yeah.
Depends on what they're after.
Just stick close to like a talking point. So I can give you updates on the cameras if you move off, and just let me know when you come back in.
Is that Shadow and Raven and Flogger?
That is indeed, yes.
Yep. Well, the walkie-talkie will come with us, right? If we decide to move off. But we're staying put until Hollow finishes the startup. In case there's anything we need to do. And also probably best to protect this area.
The security room, how secure are the walls and windows?
Well,
is it bulletproof?
The walls are probably about half a metre thick. And you can tell by that the security windows are almost as thick.
Okay.
This wasn't designed to be breached easily.
Okay, good.
And there's a possibility
Is it
that...
designed to indicate that's the Shadowrunners or ex-Shadowrunners?
So while they're sort of waiting around for the computers to sort of finish booting, I think I've done all my stuff so far.
Okay, while you're doing that, you do notice that the only system that wasn't fried from the base system was the feedback inhibitor.
Oh, good.
Which is why the other guy was fried.
It seems that someone had bypassed the feedback inhibitor at some point.
So can I loop that back in so I don't get fried, or my computer doesn't get fried?
Well, you think most of the systems will probably need having their circuit boards replaced,
Oh, right, okay.
as it was not a small amount of power that went through this building. And you also have to flick all the switches on every floor.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna do that. Well, in the meantime, I am gonna try and, like, ping the phone next to Desrin and see if he picks up.
Okay, so the wall that Desrin is leaning against starts to ring. using the old-fashioned ringtones. The only thing you've ever seen in videos.
Curiosity in the sense that this is before the second drone has got the position where he thinks he can take another shot.
This is before that. It's taken a lot longer to do its sweep.
It's been a lot more circumspect this time. So, well, certainly sort of did. I got to the 9th or 10th floor was stuff that I was going for and looked out the. If I noticed the drone worked out that it was circling upwards as fast, I'd be happy to shoot down on the drone because it's less likely to have the images going downward or the cameras going. It's less likely to have cameras looking up than it is down. Either way, just as I start getting ready to put the line up, hit the ring. That's going to be some sort of internal. Noting that typically they're still on the outside operating, and did I spot any of the diapers at all?
No, they weren't visible.
Not over that. So yeah, I will open the hatch, whatever it is that leads to the old-fashioned whip phone, and
you do see a corded handset, coloured red.
Yep.
It really does feel like you're watching a old video, looking at it. And you can hear voices coming out of it as soon as you pick it up.
Yep. Well, I will.
Hello, we like, hello, is this the
I gave you his name.
green elf guy?
I did give you his name.
Oh.
Desmond.
Yeah, but, you know.
It's just Hollow not using it.
That's fine.
Hollow kind of doesn't.
If you don't remember that,
names.
that's okay.
M remembers, character does not.
Yeah.
And it goes back to you don't know Hollow to know whether or not Hollow would be sort of good use.
Well, I was just putting it in there in case Emmy didn't know whether or not she'd been given the name. That's all.
No, I think you did mention this as a character, but I don't think the character cares too much.
That's fine.
Okay, so
yeah, thanks, man. You're local?
So I don't answer that, and I say there's a gorilla-like like drone bot climbing the northern fire escape. What floor is it up to at the moment?
currently it's up to the 4th floor. It seems to be looking in each of the sections and pausing a moment before moving on.
Okay. It's so I'll say it's on about the 4th floor, looking in much like the drones have done. Though it looks like it has a lot of firepower.
There is snipers.
Oh, there are snipers too. Oh, great. Yeah. Also, don't get seen. This gorilla looks like it has a bunch of tech, but I've got very limited, like, 520p cameras at the moment, so.
Can you open the security lockouts on the rooms?
Yes, you do have a button for that.
Yes, I can.
You actually have to manually push it. You can't just type in a code.
I can't imagine. I can mash the big red button. Although it's kind of like dreaded out there.
That's Flogger's job.
It's very much a keypad where you type in the room number to unlock the room by room.
Oh, okay. Which room would you like unlocked? I don't want to unlock all of them. That will take for a while.
Yeah, no, that's right. It's saying like that sort of thing. But I just before I that the noting like Declan taking a moment to think here, and the fact that he is a mechanic and may pay a bit of attention to some of the mechanical connections around the building. Don't you remember noting this apparently open to provide a common mechanism, that they have been appearing all over the place?
The comm ports, yes.
Yeah, they're throughout the hotel type stuff. So.
They also do have decoration that looks the same, but you have been able to tell them apart.
Okay, yeah. So, in which case then, yeah, I will say, yep, get room 6040, and I will be down there shortly to recover some useful gear.
Okay.
I guess I get to work on opening that room.
Okay, it doesn't take you more than 3 key presses to really get it open.
And then Declan will take the quick look down the window, down the fire escape, just to confirm that, yep, Mr. Gorillabot is about 6 floors down at the moment, and therefore you should be able to beat him up to 6 floors if needed. He will be taking a look when he gets to the 7th floor again, just to see exactly where Gorillabot might be before arguing anywhere.
So, looking at the Gorillabot, you can actually see the rotary cannon on its shoulder mount.
Joy.
It's the sort of thing that can literally cut down small vehicles.
Yep. Before he heads back downstairs, he'll take one more look to see if he can judge if there's a chance to take a shot at the surveillance drone on the idea that might encourage them to run up the stairs anyway.
It's not being in a position you could shoot at it without leaning out of your cover.
Okay.
It's basically not come into the field of view for a cracked open door. It's stopped before doing that, and it's basically gone back around the other way. But if you were to lean outside the building, you could probably get it that way, which is why you think they're currently beating you to get a decent shot on you.
But of course, Declan also went on the idea that, hey, he's reduced the effectiveness of the surveillance drone by not allowing it free ranging around the building. So, as far as Declan's concerned, you're certainly fucked up.
And back in the security room, Holo can actually see that they do have anti-intrusion countermeasures.
Okay.
So I can start activating. So that was literally what I was about to ask. I was like, is there anything else I can do to start impeding these people?
Okay. One of them is electrify the external entry points. Another one is turret defenses. Unfortunately, there is no friend or foe database for them, and they are motion activated.
Right. I
But
guess.
that was for external only, is it?
No, they're internal turrets.
Oh, it's not fun. Yeah, we haven't got to us. I'm just thinking about it.
Oh, okay.
I just wish I knew where they were going to go because then I could.
Can you activate it in the foyer?
I don't know where they're going to go though. There's a whole building for them.
I don't think I can just do the turrets in the foyer, but I can certainly do the electrifying the front door.
You
That
see-
sounds like fun.
You see that the turrets all have their own unique number, like the security doors, and you
Oh,
can,
did they?
and
Okay.
you can literally key them in separately. Just that you have to key each one in individually.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I'll let people know over the walkie-talkie that I'm going to electrify the front door and also set up the turrets in that foyer area. So just be careful.
Well, we've got the 8. We've got the 8 doing King Kong on the side. Can you electrify the area that it's going to be going to?
I don't know if
Well,
that's got.
It's not coming in yet. So,
And the security doors don't seal off the exits, the emergency exits. It's the one place that the security doors don't drop down on.
Okay, so in that case, we just need to make sure that that we can have a turret activated on. What floor is our green elf on?
He's heading to floor number 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's on 10 going down to 6.
Okay, what floor is King Kong on?
King Kong is currently on floor number 4, going up to 5.
Is Desmond heading down?
Desmond's
to
gonna-
take a shot at the gorilla.
I don't know.
No, I think he was going down to get his weapons out of his.
oh, okay. Yeah, all that was told Hollow was to open up room 604 because then he can get some worthwhile, some useful gear. Didn't need to wait any further his actions at that after that. So,
Hollow is just inferring that means he's grabbing gear
Yeah.
from his.
yeah, that's probably.
Okay, this is going to be interesting.
Okay, so you do hear the sound of whirling coming from the basement as the turret seems to pop up out of the floor in the foyer.
Oh,
Okay. That it all operates out of the basement.
Well, it has a lot of the mechanisms in the basement.
To come up through the foyer floor.
okay. Is there like a ventilation shaft or something else, a way out of this other than the stairs we came down?
Okay, looking around, yes, they do actually have a ladder system.
Okay.
Looks as if it's built to go between some of the walls.
Okay.
Very thin though, wouldn't be able to fit Flogger in there.
Oh no,
No.
Flogger can't get it.
It's okay. Flogger doesn't need to use that system.
Flogger
Well,
makes his own walls.
It
Yeah.
does look as if this ladder system goes all the way up the building. They obviously have designed it with stealth and security in mind.
Now,
As it's not on any of
I've
the
got
flares.
grenades. There's no other explosives in there, is there?
There were no other explosives in
Just
there.
some flares.
You
as
think
well.
this was more of a emergency kit,
No, yeah.
whereas their main weapon store would be somewhere else.
Okay, good point. I hadn't thought of that. Another weapon store somewhere. Rigging up, sort of tripwires to grenades and things. Is that a skullduggery test?
I would probably put it down as skullduggery or survival, depending on what you want to do.
Yep.
Okay.
Either would work.
Martin,
Yep.
I'm gonna head to bed. I had a busy day. Sorry, I'm very
All good.
tired.
Flogger would be happy cuddling his door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that-
my
that-
whole door.
That gorilla with the rotary gun on it won't meet his match tonight.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
hoping
well.
to see the door get thrown at the gorilla.
Yeah, I was hoping for the
Hey,
same.
what are you saying? The gorilla can beat Desmond.
Yes.
Yeah. At the moment, what you're currently up at, I'll probably put my money on the gorilla.
My money's on
Yeah,
Flogger.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think the
no,
vault
different
door
plan.
thrown by Flogger will win this one.
Okay, so
I think Desmond is trying to suit up on a suit that he's never used really in combat.
no time like the present.
Yeah.
I tried it with the
say-
dragon, but he ran away.
Us as characters, we don't know any of that capacity. But then I don't know about the gorilla either, so.
Okay,
well,
security.
presumably
You
Hollow
should
would have
probably
passed
have
on
some
information that
armory around here somewhere.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Jeremy? And I'll get back to you in a moment.
Yep.
I was going to say, I would have thought it would have been like unreasonable that when you are like Declan, when she passed on the fact that Declan was going to go and get gear,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I would expect that Hollow would have also said yes. There's also snipers as well as the drones outside.
I didn't know if that was passed on as player information or through the characters.
Okay, so for one's perspective, the fried guy does actually have a sidearm. He's got a normal pistol.
Okay, give pistol to Cyber Chick.
Don't we already have a pistol?
You do? You've now got 2.
Oh,
Saves
okay.
you trying to reload.
Yeah.
Alright. It kind of disappears and you don't know where it's gone.
Not really. Is there murder holes in this security area? Or we just basically lock up and let the turrets do the work?
Well, you can literally just activate turrets on every floor.
Okay, so we just close the door and just observe from a
I mean, I presume I already like
from a
closed the
CRT
door.
monitor.
You could have closed the door if you wished to, or left it open because it did require manual access until you put power into it. But with the emergency power coming online, it would automatically shut at some point.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it would shut
So it's already
at some
shut.
point.
Okay,
Some
cool.
location.
And you believe everything has powered up by this stage enough that you don't need to have the generator monitored. And the generator would be saying at this stage, with all the things being charged, it has a month's supply until it runs itself out.
So what's our plan now?
Figuring out why these guys are here.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm trying to figure out why we would stay here and why we wouldn't just find our own way out. Because technically, we're just this is accommodation. We've got no obligation to take care of this place, as far as I know.
How good are you at climbing?
I'm good at climbing.
Okay.
I'm fairly agile. My only reason for coming down here and starting things up is so that we could get the turrets going and get some defenses to slow these guys down until we can figure our own way out.
I'm thinking that we can use these ladies to come in behind them after they get in.
Yeah, I think that's actually a good idea, and we've got grenades.
Although I'd really like to actually rig a few grenade traps before I do that.
You
Depends
can go
on...
to the stairwell and do so.
Yes.
Just keep in mind that the foyer part.
Yeah, just don't go to the foyer section, or you're going to become mincemeat.
Because the foyer section does have auto turrets already, so...
Okay. So no, stay away from the foyer then.
Yeah. Basically, the Hollow is trying to do layman's terms, probably not succeeding that well. Feel like turrets target everything. Just don't mess with them.
We also need to make sure that we let Hollow and Womp and Desrin know where your tripwire grenades are, so that they don't set them off.
Yeah.
Because they're allies at the moment, at least.
Yeah, okay.
But I like the idea of getting the drop on them in the foyer, coming in from behind.
Hopefully they've also been electrified, because I've also electrified the front door. So
And
hopefully it's
also
not a shocking surprise.
and be distracted by turrets.
So when they do start breaking through, the turret will notice. Okay, so you start climbing up the ladder.
Okay, John and McLean.
More Morse code before we leave from the people in the building.
Okay, so while you're listening, you do hear that the intruders on the roof have been dealt with.
Oh, this is good news. And do we officially know about the gorilla
Yes.
coming up through each floor? So obviously he hasn't seen what he's looking for yet, so I guess just we'll start heading up to the security room.
Do I see our would be over on the
What I'm
camera?
envisaging is when they come in, they're going to be sort of fanning out, going around and trying to find what it is they find. We come in behind them while they're doing that. They think the area is clear and secure. We make it not clear and secure.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Why don't we find out from Halo what position they're coming in from at the moment with the cameras, and then see whether or not we can use the ladder system to get behind them.
Okay, and what were you asking, Em?
I was asking whether I've seen the would-be Morse code on like cameras, or whether they've also picked up an extension on the phones.
They don't appear to be coming up on your cameras, but then again, they may have tech that renders these cameras useless. You could bodge
Well, at the
something.
very least, okay, at the very least, they're probably the owners and we know exactly where the cameras are.
Yeah, that's my guess.
That too.
Okay.
I just thought on the like off chance
They could have been that good, yeah.
yeah, see them or communicate with them in a non-Morse codey way, but yeah.
You do see that all the standard computer systems that would run a big building like this are offline. And all the stuff you have are to basically do basic services to keep whoever's inside alive for as long as possible.
Yeah. Because everything else got fried.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah, cool.
The sort of thing you'd expect with another Matrix crash sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, up the ladder?
So as you go up the ladder, for those inside, you see that each ladder has a what appears to be like a closet at the same at each floor.
Okay.
And they each have the equivalent of a gun port into the room.
Ooh.
Oh, this is
It is designed to give you access to shoot in the foyer areas of each of the floors.
Okay.
Mm.
And as far as we know, the foyer is the main way they're trying to access the building right now. I'll set myself up.
Well, aside from having landed on the roof and getting it right up the fire escape.
Yes, but the roof people have been dealt with. So we've just got the gorilla and the other drone, which I presume you're dealing with.
Okay, as Tesrin finally reaches his room, Holo sees on the monitor that one of the intruders wasn't so lucky when the electrified door kicked in. As you see him smoking on camera as the other two are backing away.
Smoking kills.
That was at the front door area.
The front door area, yes.
Yeah. While Desmond was going down the stairs, he was doing some quick mental calculations. The based on his knowledge of vehicles and interest of drones as a regular type effects and things, does he A, recognise this gorilla drone, or B, at least have a good understanding of exactly how heavy it is?
Okay, so you know it is by the sounds and weight that you're guessing a full combat drone.
Okay.
Highly illegal and generally not found outside of military forces.
And then, based upon the quality and age of the fire escape, does it look like it would take much for the weight of the drone to destroy the fire escape, particularly if the fire escape got slightly weakened further?
You do think it could shear the fire escape quite easily by accident if you weaken it.
Yep. As I said, I was taking a quick glance about level 7 just to see where the drone was before he headed towards level 6 before going down into the room itself, with the idea of not wanting to arrive at level 6 at the same time as the drone is looking through level 6. So is the drone now above or below him by the time he's getting to level 7?
Okay.
Level 6?
So when you reach level 7, you see that it is just finishing up with level 6.
Okay. In which case then, I will quickly dash to the stairs and give it a minute or two to then peek open the doors in the stairs, and hopefully it's not looking through level 6 at that moment in time either. So, or having left level 6.
Okay, so you do see the drone start coming into view as you go down the stairs, and by the time you get to the look around the bottom, it's still going up. You think it's quite a large drone.
So,
Mm-hmm.
when you say it's a full combat drone, like I envision most drones as being little helicopters with cameras on them. What does this look like for somebody who doesn't?
So imagine something that so think of as if the Iron Man armor was put onto
I see. So it's like a mech type thing.
it looks like it has heavy armor, heavy weapons, and has the solidness to take a hit.
Yeah, I was
Possibly when
initially
you think of the Iron Man suit, possibly the Hulkbuster Iron Man suit.
So go, Em.
I said I was initially envisaging it as like a gorilla version of the Boston Dynamics dog, but
Same here, but no, that clarifies it.
And you could probably say cross between the normal Iron Man and the Hulkbuster. So not quite as big as the Hulkbuster, but not as small as the normal Iron Man.
But seriously, something I'd prefer to throw. Well, not throw Flogger at, because I couldn't physically throw Flogger at, but something where I would be taking a sidestep behind Flogger and going, these guys stole all your doors.
Yeah, like eek, this is not a simple draw.
The Declan's plan is trying to encourage it to learn to fly by helping it throw itself at the ground and see if it misses.
Yeah, I much better idea in the sense of if I were to tackle it on my own, I definitely couldn't tackle it
From Desmond's experience, there's a full rigger using it probably in VR, controlling it.
Yeah.
So whoever's controlling this would have intimate knowledge of military tactics, just to be able to use one of these drones.
Yeah.
We need some paint.
Paint? What would you do with paint?
Well, if you blind it, it can't really do much, can
Oh,
it?
spray paint over. Well, if this sounds more like a Raven thing than...
Don't have your spray paint.
You mean you have no tagging paint?
There should be a tag.
Have I got tagging paint? Wow.
If you're the person who goes around and does your own thing, you probably do write your tags in places.
Okay, alright, I've got some tagging paint.
But so, yes, actually, as soon as Declan notices the gorilla has gone past level 6, or at least not actually looking through the window for level 6 anymore, he will go and get to his room 604 and Are there, were they probably disguised, but were there actually the whip phones, like the internal intercom phone in each room, or just in external corridors?
There are plugs for them in the rooms.
Yeah,
And
okay.
in the corridor.
So basically, yeah. So while Desmond's getting his stuff together there, you'll connect back to Hive and give an update on what he's seen on the outside, and explain that, yep, he's got a couple of grenades. His intent is to try and allow the gorilla to go up a couple more flights of stairs, and then weaken the fire escape, so that then it will hopefully tumble back down and see how it like get the floors of shopping. So,
Can I also, can I electrify the fire escape, or does it not have?
Unfortunately, the fire escape and the fire escape doors are not booby trapped because it doesn't seem to be something built into the design.
They're meant to help people, not to. Yeah.
I think it was an old building that they refurbished and they didn't actually do this bit.
I
would be a little obvious
I was
working
more
on it.
thinking if I could like stun it. Like,
So
to
if
stop
this
it
is a
from-
style of the old hotels and things like that, it has foam fire extinguishers.
It does.
Desrin, grab a couple of foam fire extinguishers. You probably need it to dampen its sensors. That's if you ever get that close to it.
Desmond has no intent of getting that bloody close to it. And fire extinguishers are heavy. I've got other stuff to carry.
And as Desrin's getting the stuff out of his room, he can hear the sound of metal distorting above him.
Mm-hmm.
As you think the drone has gone in on level 8.
Okay.
So maybe there's someone or something.
Fire is gone into the building.
Yep.
Okay.
So I will then pass that forward to say that, modification. It looks like the gorillas entered the building, probably a couple floors above me, so around level 8.
Okay, so can we have a quick check to what's on level 8?
Okay, looking on the screens in level 8, you do see the drone taking up the full corridor coming down it.
Okay, where's the turrets located?
The turret will be located near the elevator.
Okay, so
am I able to get the turret on that floor going?
You can.
okay, let's see how the gorilla hackers to a turret.
Okay, so the turret pops up and starts opening fire. It has a very basic shooting system.
But it feels lucky.
It feels incredibly lucky.
Unfortunately, you can't because it's not a.
Yeah,
Ah.
no, it's gonna say we
Character.
might
Yeah,
have
yes, it does feel lucky.
So yes,
ladders as well.
you see it pepper the drone, and the shot's just glancing off.
Okay, so
Its armor is higher than
okay,
the bullets of the turret.
Okay, hold on. Do you know how much damage these turrets do? I'm just trying to work out how tough this thing is.
Can I make
What's
an
the weapon?
educated
It's fine.
guess?
It is firing a machine gun.
Like sort of a light or a heavy machine gun? Like
It's a
Java?
light machine gun,
Okay.
but it is enough
the
that
point
would
is,
cut most people.
You're firing.
Oh, yeah.
You fire effectively a personnel weapon against vehicle armor.
Yeah, that's what I was
And you see what appears to be a missile pop out of one of its shoulders and fire.
Okay, it's got missiles.
I'll start heading up
Good
the
to know
ladder
what it
towards
has.
level 8.
Okay, so it is shooting back at the turret.
Depending on whether or not
My
there's a
poor
floor
turret's
left
gonna
to
get
head to.
destroyed. My poor turret is gonna get decimated.
No, but it's only a turret. We don't care.
Holy shit!
Okay, took out half the building.
Yeah, and no
That's what I
setbacks.
mean. I said I was going to head up to level 8 if there's a level 8 left.
Okay, so the sounds of the elevator door blowing off the 8th floor and falling down the shaft echo through the building.
Presuming the ladder system gets you around that?
It doesn't go into the elevator shaft.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
As you see it turn and use the rotary cannon on the door.
Which door?
On which door?
Looks to be room 805.
Is there? Oh, sorry.
I was trying to leave. I was just going to see if the ladder system took you to specific rooms or just to specific floors.
Took you to specific floors.
Okay. Because I was going to say if
Okay,
get up
can we
there,
actually
possibly
enter
get
in,
someone
since
out.
we're in the security, you might actually tell us who's in 805?
The computer system is not online for that.
Bugger.
If it hadn't been fried, yes, it would connect into it through a back door.
What were you going to say, Emmy?
I was gonna say, is there any like extra security I can drop down on that specific door, or can I come that room?
You could try combing the room. You could flood the floor with the water to basically make it think there's a fire there. You could.
I'm surprised the alarm hasn't gone off because of the missile.
Currently, the sensors are offline.
Oh, that's right.
Because they were connected to the normal system.
Are you coming with me to the 8th floor through the ladders?
I'm not sure why. What about the people at the front door? What are they doing?
You can stay there. I'm going up to the 8th floor to see if there's a person I can help.
Okay. There's also a gorilla bot up there too.
Yeah, that's why I'm going up to the 8th floor to see if there's a person I can help.
I will probably activate sprinklers, get the sprinklers and that, because that will actually cause some interference on the damn thing.
On a military boat?
As you said, flooding the floor is an option. Might at least...
Would
If this is complicated, go over the whip phones, then do a complex. I reckon it's got protection against rain.
Yeah,
No,
I'm just making it just a
flood the
little.
floor.
Well, if you turn on the water for long enough, the floor does flood.
Yeah,
How
I don't know
much
if
water
that'll
is
stop
it?
a military drone though.
I'm not expecting it to affect it. I'm just making it harder for it to target. So probably just give it a purple dice.
It would also,
Great black dice.
it
But
would also render all the camera
I
uses.
presume it's
true.
if it is going over our intercoms. I know that it's going to the 8th floor and room 805. I'll use the Morse code to communicate. Heading for 805.
I will try and comb that room, see if I can't get onto whoever's possibly in there, maybe.
Okay, as you're doing that, you do see the outer door get ripped off the room by the gorilla bot.
Feel like we're too
Great.
late.
It seemed to have similar strength to Florida.
Great.
Yeah, as I said, I would have liked to have thrown Flora at it.
No, try to throw the vault door out. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, I would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I don't even know if I can climb up.
So someone does pick up the phone, and you get a very heavily Japanese accented voice on the other end, very panicky. Not really sure what they're saying, but they just seem to be all in a panic.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, well, we don't have a schematic of the area to say, yes, go to this room, go to this room, go to this room.
They probably don't understand English.
Would I know where the hall is compared to where the door? Like, have they picked up from, say, like the bedroom?
Most of these rooms are a single room with a ensuite on them. So it would have been picked up from the main room. And what was that, Jeremy?
Like the drone, from what Declan knows of the model and design and whatever type of stuff, is it likely to have the capacity to grab a person, or is it effectively only going to be able to use to kill a person?
It can do both. Best design is a killing tool, but it's also able to do. It has been used in search and recovery.
Yeah.
I was going to say, do I make it to the 8th floor?
You do make it to the 8th floor, but what is our caller on the phone doing? Because it would take a few minutes to go up the ladders.
Is it
You're hearing someone very panicky using Japanese words that don't seem to make sense.
just be like, I don't speak Japanese.
Don't you have a translation app?
Can you
Maybe.
It doesn't have the matrix to run it through. Unless
Yeah,
it's,
okay,
unless
You
it's
can just see if they understand English by
And
talking
I just
English.
feel like if you understand me and do I know the layout of the room? Like, so is this the room that the gorilla's gone into? Does that mean they're facing the gorilla currently?
quite possibly.
Alright.
Right,
Won't know until they come out on the floor.
This is the target.
And while you're pondering that, you hear the sound of a rotary cannon spinning up and then peppering of bullets.
So too late.
And suddenly the line cuts off.
Yeah, alright. I don't think there was much I could do there because they were kind of trapped.
I was
Well, we've
trying
got-
to get up there, but
We've got nothing to
Not
compete
fast enough.
against something that can bounce off machine guns.
And you do see on the front screen that they have pulled the person off the door, and you can make out what appears to be Yakuza tattoos on the camera feed.
what do you mean?
Yakuza are Japanese criminals.
No, but
no.
where are we seeing it?
This is the
How
person
we
who's
see
using the cameras, which is M's character,
Right.
is looking at the screens. And one could also see this as well.
But what
the
are they
fuck's
saying
Yakuza?
exactly?
Oh, great. We're going to be pissing off the Yakuza
The
again.
Yakuza tattoos are on what precisely?
The guy is trying to break into the front
Yeah,
door.
we electrified
okay,
the front
alright,
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, we killed one of the three guys trying to get in the front door because I electrified that as well as putting up the turret in that foyer. And now that they've pulled him off, we can see the tattoos.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to clarify.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
We need
alright.
to locate where the armory is on this place.
So Declan heard the auto fire go off and pump him on the 8th floor. He'd be going through the intercom. He was he'd be talking to the intercom. Just how it go. The assessment is to whether or not the drone may be there as a capture or a kill. Auto cannon went off. He's assessed it must be a kill. Good news, guys. It's target. Let's just lay low and let them leave.
And what was Ariadne going to say?
I was just telling Ross that there was an armory in the basement, but they might have other armories hidden in even the security office there, because they have a lot of hidden compartments there. So if you wanted to search the room for secret compartments in an armory, you probably could.
Okay, so as you say that, you reach the 8th floor and see through the slots that the drone is heading back out of the building.
Okay, so it's done what it wanted to do. Once it's out of sight, I'll head down to the room to just confirm that there's bits of body, probably, judging from the amount of armour.
And Desrin can see it come out on the 8th floor and start rapidly descending. It doesn't seem to be scanning anymore.
Well, no, it's found what it wanted. I don't even know why the guys at the front foyer are still doing their thing.
Well, this one was deployed only when someone shot a drone. It seemed to be their plan B.
Their plan B is very extreme.
more effective than their plan A.
Well,
Yeah.
if their
Well,
plan A
but
had
it
have,
is-
if their plan A had have cut in and hadn't triggered anything else after they had pretty much disabled the building, then they probably would have been in and out without anyone noticing if you weren't in the dining area.
And in the aftermath of all this, when we're discussing how to what happens, things like that, the expert's going to be quiet and thinking, well, at least I saved the guy from being tortured. On the idea that if Plan A had got there, they would have taken him out alive and then tortured him before killing him.
Plan A would have actually stopped due to the fact that we activate the turrets and all that. Plan B still would have been activated, and we currently got nothing that stops a armoured gorilla.
Yeah, the armoured gorilla's leaving.
From Deborah's
I think
perspective,
everyone's leaving.
lie low, don't do anything more. Let them go.
Okay, so when Shadow enters the room, you see that the body it has been peppered with bullets and is missing the head.
Yeah, I figured it was.
You believe the head was severed and taken.
Yeah.
Like confirm kill, kind of.
Or data store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a hacker's perspective, the head is very valuable if it's got hardware, because you can store secrets that even the carrier doesn't know about.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do.
If Shadow relays any of that, if she can, like does she pick up the line? Like
The phone was ripped off the wall, I believe.
No,
the line was dead.
the phone in here has been shot. It was caught in the spray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just be scanning the room for any idea of why we had to put up with a gorilla shooting apart. Just natural curiosity, I guess.
Okay, having a look around, you notice that the body does seem to have a tracker sitting in part of the neck.
Okay, so they weren't going to escape anyway, so...
And that all the signs in the room is that they're probably only checked in within the last 4 hours.
Yeah, so they were never going to escape, unfortunately. Not much we can do. I will head back to my room, I guess, to get my stuff, because I ain't staying here no more.
Okay.
And I'll stop along the way or use the walkie-talkie I've got to communicate. It looks like they got their person, and I'm guessing they'll probably, like Desmond said, they'll probably leave soon, so just lay low and wait until they go.
And on the comms, you see them dragging the body with them back into the van, taking their gear and taking off.
I mean, like, if we really wanted to, we could have stopped the gorilla taking the face. You still could have
I don't think I
made it topple, but
yeah. To be honest, and if I did catch up to it, exactly what would I have done?
No, as in like Desmond, he could have still weakened the fire escape to because the gorilla had that person's head. We could have still potentially thwarted them by potentially having that head destroyed with it falling to the ground of 10 stories, but...
I have a feeling...
Well, you don't actually see the head on camera, so you think it's in an internal storage spot.
No, okay, right.
Well, I mean, and obviously, as a player, I entirely agree with you. But Desmond, his only concern was, are they after us? No? Okay. We're not.
I was going to say, Desmond wouldn't have gone ahead once it was done. He said just before I got up to the 8th floor, came out on the 8th floor to confirm that the person was dead, that, from his opinion, they got their kill and to just lay low. And I would say that he would have probably been swearing slightly at Shadow for coming out of her hidey hole and going down the hall just to check that there was an actual body there. And probably sworn even more. Had he found out that she checked the room.
And they said, well, they're like, the technically African body too much. Obviously, the guy wasn't using this when the gear he took with him, so take with it. Even if Declan was entirely self-sacrificing and willing to help out, all he had from the knowledge that they got the target was when he heard the auto fire go off on bow.
Yeah.
He didn't know that the head had been taken anyway, so he had no reason to try and stop the drone because he thought, oh well, they're children. That's it. So the drone wasn't there to try and capture; it was there to kill. So that wouldn't be there for anyone.
That's fair. I just didn't.
No,
Yeah, so that's that. Like, just you're right. That possibility was there, but yeah.
Had I
Not that would be
been
wrong.
faster maybe in getting back to you that the head was gone, then yes. But I was just looking at Martin and I was thinking, I don't think there was time for that from what you were saying. It was down the corridor and heading down the thing far faster than we could have caught up with it. Is that
It was
right?
moving pretty quickly, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got its target and it was bugging, like totally bugging out.
Yeah. So even though potentially it could have been an option, I don't think it was actually feasible.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was just throwing it out there.
So we might meet back at the security office, I guess.
Okay, as you...
Poor Raven didn't get to blow up any of his grenades.
Her grenades. But anyway, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but you now have
It's
grenades,
disappointing-
so
it's
you know.
It's disappointing that it could
Well,
have been so much
depends.
more fun and we didn't get it.
Yeah.
The owners of the building might want their equipment back.
Well,
And we better be able to pull out again.
you always set fire to the building.
Building's already on fire.
Is it? Okay.
Missile went off on the 8th floor.
Oh,
We
really?
took out the elevator.
It's burning, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's an
okay.
elevator at the bottom of the shaft that's
Yeah.
being blown up.
Oh, we might go outside to watch the building burn down.
Just don't do it in front of any of the Lone Star drones that turn up to deal with this
The what?
aftermath.
The Lone Star, what's that?
Lone Star is the
Police.
contracted police force.
Oh, okay.
So think RoboCop. In
Never
the
saw
sense,
Robocop.
so RoboCop has the concept that the police force are privatized,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
completely outsourced, not government at all, and they're paid to do the serve and protect.
Hmm.
And the more you pay, the more service and protect you get.
Okay.
And so that is the concept of Lone Star.
But I can always hide and watch. can't
That was my recommendation.
And
was
most-
that you do.
Most Shadowruns don't have a valid ID for society.
I? Okay.
Yeah.
I can still
Yeah,
watch.
basically,
Hide and
yeah.
watch. Watch the burn.
Well, that's good. As I say, he's having confirmed, yeah, as soon as they drove off, he would start to pack his gear
Same.
and send over the whip phone. Hide the bug out, guys. We don't want to be here when the star comes and asks the inhabitants what happened.
Same. I'd be heading to my room to get my gear. I'd be recommending the same for Raven and Hollow.
Before I leave the control room, I'm going to disable the turrets.
Yep.
Can
And the
I-
security systems.
And the security systems and like unplug all the things that I like plugged in to get it working.
Yep.
And basically leave it kind of like trashed, if that makes sense.
Yep, you can do that. Okay, you all grab your gear and head down, and you find at reception the receptionist got sniper shotted by someone, and they hit the emergency locks before they died,
Oh, that's a shame.
which is probably why they didn't get in the first place.
Before I leave, I might Morse code and just say, we're heading off now.
Actually, shouldn't we shut down the security as well?
She already did.
Apollo did that. But someone was Morse coding to us. So, I was just gonna try and figure out who was Morse coding.
I mean, I don't see why they know who we are, so we may as well just bug out, and if they really want to contact us, I'm sure they will.
I'm still gonna see if I can find out who was Morse coding us, because that's what I do.
Okay.
And how long are you going to wait for the response?
I'm not. I'm just gonna send a message and see if they respond. They responded pretty quickly the last 2 times, so I'm expecting I'll get the same level of speed of response if they're still there.
Okay, so
chances are they're also not keen for the staff who don't want to look at the building.
If they own the building, they might still be monitoring from somewhere.
Okay, so as you're doing so, your comlink beeps. It suddenly got signal again, and someone's just sent you a message.
Look and check my messages.
Okay, it's from an anonymous sender.
Usually is.
Not always.
Okay.
Basically, it's done in such a way you can't reply to the message.
Yeah, I'm not that tech-fey anyway.
It basically says, thanks for your assistance. Sorry we couldn't save everyone.
We did our best.
We called your room.
We'll leave. Yeah, so just pretty much we did our best. And we'll leave.
And with recommending leaving before authorities arrive.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing.
Way ahead of you.
Okay, so you get down to Desrin's van in the basement that has had a full tag clean.
Tag clean?
Well, it was in a police chase.
Yeah. I will look at Raven and hold on and say, do you guys got someone to hide? Or do you want to come with us? It's not quite come with us if you want to live, but you know.
Do you have much fun?
We have a flogger who collects stores.
Yeah, I admire.
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement.
I think the world needs more floggers.
And then I point to one. This one's cursed.
No, we don't need more floggers.
So
the world is.
Definitely, the climate change definitely taking together in that context.
I don't think you get much fun out of Desmond. He's too busy trying to join the ancients, but it's sometimes amusing to watch him try.
I've got nothing better to do at the moment.
Okay, so you jump in the van and take off as you see the corporate fire brigade show up. Obviously, they've paid their dues to get fire protection.
Oh, God.
Well, you know, usually wise if you own a building. I wonder if Desmond has any fire protection on his building.
The answer would be no, because you're not going to pay the insurance costs on any building in the Redmond Barrens.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
And the fact that it's a little out beyond the reach of the standard engines.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. This just shows I've got no visual.
They're not going to arrive, but they're going to pay exorbitant cost if you potentially don't live in the Barrens.
Yeah, fair enough.
It would cost you more than a year's salary to get it to drive out there.
Look, we all know that I made the comment, fully knowing it wasn't feasible, but just wanting to give Desmond a hard time about not having fire insurance on his building.
No, but you also he specifically stated that Desmond does not pay for fire insurance. That's not to say the building is not insured.
It possibly is by Aztec. It's an Aztec.
That's right.
Yeah, I could just see Aztec
Having a fire sale at some point.
No, just hiring up some fumigants to get rid of the insect infestation.
The pest infestation
Yeah.
rather than the insects.
Well, yeah. Basically, anybody who's currently residing in that building.
Yeah, pests. Pest control.
So, the scene pretty much ends as you guys are heading out from the building, having survived a lockdown building.
Yeah. Look, I'm glad we didn't die, but I kind of didn't. I wasn't ready to end my accommodation just yet, so I'm a little bit disappointed.
Yeah. I was going to say, when that conversation comes up as we're going along, Dexter will ask, so, hello, did you get a look at, were there any cameras on floor 13? I'm betting that's where the owners stay. And it would have been where the extra armory was.
I couldn't find who was communicating with us.
Yeah. But
Did you say that the top section got terminated? Intrusion got terminated?
The people coming in
So
from
the one thing hanging on the roof of the 14th floor building, but actually I'm betting that the owners lived on level 13, which of course in a hotel you never use.
Well, anecdotally, most, for a long time, a lot of hotels would go from floor 12 to floor 14.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have a 13.
Or the contrary, they'll often fill that 13th space with
storage
services
and stuff,
like the air conditioning and stuff like that sort of stuff. But I'm betting it's where the owners have kept up their secure location, including the actual armory that for which the good basement had the backup.
I couldn't see where they were communicating from.
Yeah, you'd expect the panic room would not have cameras pointing inside it.
Yeah, usually they don't. Usually the cameras are pointing outwards.
Okay, so, unless you want to add anything else, I will put it onto end credits here.
I'm just gonna pat Hollow and Raven on the back and go, so do you guys like ice cream? Because the troll really likes ice cream. The flogger troll. The wonk troll.
Yeah.
So
you're not a shaman, are you?
Well, they do know a place where you can get free ice cream.
No, we're not going to that place.
Why not? It gives free ice cream.
I was going to say, there's free ice cream there.
No, it's too much of a drive to get there.
They have multiple places. Including, they have opened one in downtown.
Mm-hmm.
So, only a few blocks over. Well, they just appreciate you.
I was just being lighthearted in the sense of, making the comment that Flogger loves ice cream, basically.
Well, I shouldn't have got him addicted to the damn stuff.
Okay.
Desmond's happy to drop people off wherever they want to get dropped off. He's not necessarily immediately keen to take these two newcomers back to a known secure location for us. But he hasn't gone with the direct out like the rest of you guys. So.
We could always just go for some shawarma, some rat shawarma.
Or rat burger.
With you guys and rats on sticks, I do not know.
That would be Demolition Man jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Hollow will get dropped off on like a really seedy corner in the Redmond Barrens and kind of like disappear down like a side corridor.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my stop as well.
Apparently, you've got a place right next to where Womp's got a place. You've actually seen one of your neighbours for the first time, and you've been there for quite a few years.
That's because I don't trust the eyesore of Redmond's, which is Desmond's bloody Deadshot building, which he shouldn't actually be sitting in.
It's the biggest tower.
I'm initially like kind of suspicious of why this person who was kind of helping me out in the control room is like seems to be like following me, and then when he's like like opens the apartment next to mine or whatever. It's just like,
God,
really?
Bunny's
It's
right
creepy.
next
It
door.
is creepy.
That's what I just said. It is literally the next door neighbour.
That is very funny.
Well, the thing is, I'm totally not really technological. I don't really avoid stuff like that. The only stuff that I would watch TV and things like that.
And yet you're next to like the most techie person that
It's quite easy. They'll go for you. A lot of people going, yeah, you're the techie stuff.
As if they notice.
Yeah.
Alright.
While we're driving away from the building and heading towards drop-off points and things like that, Declan's going to quietly use his other hand to send a message to Tatiana, saying, you might want to track these 2 new signals in the car.
You get an affirmative back.
Do we pick that up? Do we hear that?
He does that via text. While he's driving. Texting and driving at the same time.
Okay.
2 demerit points.
Yeah.
Okay, did Raven, did she want to be dropped off somewhere in particular?
Yes.
Somewhere random. I don't like being traced.
Okay.
So
So,
I return to the streets where I came from in the first place.
Random, okay. So in the middle of the street.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
At peak hour.
That's fine. That's
Raven doesn't care.
Yes.
I do not care.
You are now playing Frogger, not Flogger, Frogger.
Not the first time, and I'm quite happy to do that.
And seems to be extraordinarily lucky.
Extraordinarily lucky in what way?
Well, when she goes, always seems to find a break in traffic.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, this is good. Last thing
That's
I need
one
to
thing
see
I
is
liked
another
about
switch body.
Cyberpunk, because you had the luck.
Luck always can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so switching over to endgame.
Like in the sense that the red dice is the opposite of the yellow dice.